Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video. Actually, have some transfer updates, and doesn't feel like we're just waffling over the same topics and the same names. There's been big updates on Dembele, on Sterling. Have heard some updates on Lukaku as well. Hopefully that shit's over and done with in the next day or two. But yeah, big up everyone that's locked in. To all the fathers watching, big up you guys, and happy Father's Day to you guys as well. And yeah, let's get straight into the stream. Again, like and subscribe on your way in because we never start on enough likes and we never end on a decent amount either. So guys, please smash the like and subscribe button on your way in. And let's get straight into it. Gestradamus, my guy, what are you telling me? You all good?
Yeah, I'm just reading the tea leaves, bro. We got to do that. Gestradamus in the house. He gave you the man behind me earlier this week before anybody was talking about him. So y'all got to start believing in the power of the country bumpkin, the country soothsayer. We do it like that. The hobo without a cause. That's me. We're going to bring this man to the bridge, and he's going to ball out. We're going to finally have somebody in the midfield who can pick a through ball, pick a pass out, and he's going to be the main creator. We're talking about creators. Whoa, Sterling's not a creator. No, we're going to have this guy create.
Right. Like we already said earlier before we jumped in, right? It was crazy that we were only just hinting at it on Friday's stream. And the news dropped straight away, but we will actually have a serious talk about it now there's links. Dylan, what are you telling me, my guy? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're all good.
Yeah, man, all good. Just been sitting around impatiently for all of this transfer news, to be honest. So much back and forth bullshit going on. But finally, we have transfer news. Finally, some positives are coming out of it. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what you guys share with the whole transfer news, really.
Yeah, we'll get into it in a matter of minutes. Alex, what were you telling me, my guy? You all good?
Yeah, I'm happy. Happy Father's Day to everybody in the chat, everybody in here. I'm good with transfer window start to shape up. Like to see Arsenal fans happy. They're also happy they buying the best players on the market.
You like to see them happy?
They saying. Do what?
You like to see Arsenal fans happy? Fuck that.
Yeah, because they usually after laugh, it's usually tears. That's the best part about it. When you laugh too much and you all of a sudden they start crying at the end of it. But that's what I'm looking for. But Sterling is more and more on the scene. Not my cup of tea, but for 35 mil. Hey,
She ain't getting him
35 mil. But I heard my goat is Fabregas is on free. It's time for father to come back and son to return to his daddy, if you know what I mean. So that's my transfer window. Bring back the midfield. Bring back the midfield.
You're lucky. I know you're not being serious about that, so I won't say what.
I'm totally serious.
Rick, I'll hold that. Let me know. We got intros to get through. Do a scope. What are you telling me, my guy? You all good?
No, man. I'm blessed, man. It's good to see the fan base is somewhat growing frustration about the transfer window. At least we can be united on one thing.
Yeah, I guess, even though, still don't even think we can all be completely united on that. But we'll hold on to that thought for at least a week or two before I really start to get a bit infuriated. Peter, my guy, my bro, Sarcasm City's finest. What are you telling me?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I just want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads who are either contributing or consuming the content. Enjoy your day. I can't really complain, man. It's Sunday morning. I woke up to Raheem Sterling news. I mean, we'll get into it. I'm probably not as upset as a lot of people in this chat are. I saw somebody call them the African Timo Werner. It's very disrespectful, but fair enough. We'll get to it, man. But no, I'm good. It's good to see everybody.
Defo. Declares, what are you saying, bro?
Big up everyone, and big up to all the sons of fathers and all that shit. It's not Father's Day here, but I guess you guys share it. But yeah, it's been a anxiety-filled Twitter. I mean, people going crazy. There's more and more people embracing the Sterling transfer just because they just want a transfer. They just want us to sign someone. I mean, the guy's on 300k as well. I mean, no one's ever brought that up. Like, if Lukaku leaves, he'll be our highest paid player if we match his wage. So there's something crazy there. I don't think it solves our problem too. But I mean, the fan base is going crazy. Everyone's concerned, and I just want it to be over. I think Chelsea got in-house problems to sort out first, but people just want to see any signing, and that's a part of the problem.
Yeah, I will hold you on to that one as well because I do want to talk about the wages and everything. But it's a good side to it as well. Declared. No, not declared. Fuck's sake. Vitmus. We just spoke to you. I'm slow. Allow me, man. Vitmus, what are you saying, bro?
All this work with the posters he's done today.
Man.
Yeah.
Let me not. Vitmus, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, man. All good. I said, bless up the father, them on the fathers today, isn't it? But football-wise, can't really complain. See, a lot of people have met nice about Sterling. Bro, Sterling, good player, I say. He's still gonna miss a few chances, etc. But that's if we sign him. But it still doesn't solve the problem that we need a playmaker. You get me? But yeah, 35-40 million for Sterling, I'd grab that.
Right, same here. But last but not least, Fato, what are you saying, my guy?
All good, but shit weather, man.
Is it? I thought it was better today than it was yesterday. But yeah, big up everyone.
Since last night, it's been awful.
Well, we've got nearly 200 of you guys locked in. Let's try and get us to 200 likes as well, because right now we're not even at 100. So guys, please, let's try and pull it to 100 in the next 5 minutes. But yeah, big news just that came out, I think, earlier today on Raheem Sterling. Chelsea are confident to secure him, and the transfer could be around 35 million, which is reported by Nathan Gissing and DiMarzio. And it's also been understood that Sterling has been talking to people around Chelsea about what life is like and what Tuchel is like as a coach. Also, big up my guy Andrew in the cut as well. What are you telling me, my guy? Hope you're all good.
Oh, bloody hell, Peter's there. I'm going. Jesus.
Hey, fuck you too, man.
Big up, guys. Hope everyone's doing well.
Doing all good.
You just humping from one stream to another, aren't you? Humpity hump.
What? What? I can't be asked, bro. Right, so Raheem Sterling, I know we weren't down for it initially when we heard he could be going for around the 50-60 million pound range. I'm still hearing that it could go up to 50 million.
First of all, how old is he?
27.
27, yeah.
Oh, 27 then. Yeah, 26. Peter, you're on mute, bro.
My bad. He's 27, but he's been playing Prem for 10 years, so you feel like he's 35. But he started when he was like 17. Yeah.
So hold on a second. So do you like him at Chelsea?
I understand. Like, if we want to overhaul,
you understand our cautions about him, right?
No, I know. I understand people. I'm like in the same boat in terms of that aspect. It's just look at our squad, right? We don't have anyone who can function on the right-hand side in this mythical 3 up top, like wide system. We don't have anyone who can do that to any level. Because I like the
I agree. He's an upgrade to our players. I
like the idea of Ziyech. He's great. Like he's great on FIFA. I'll say that. But like, no, it's not working out, right? So, in terms of getting functional attackers, people who can play either side, people who have proven they are coachable and can fit into systems at the highest level, Sterling ticks the boxes. Obviously, we struggle to create chances. If you put Sterling in our team and we do not create chances for him, do not expect him to turn water into wine. I'm not saying that, right? But I feel like a lot of the criticism from Raheem Sterling's game, from where he's at now, is a bit over the top. People like to pretend like at Liverpool, once Suarez left, yes, that team finished like 6th or 7th in the Premier League or whatever they did. He was the focal point of a front line at 19, 20 years old. He was versatile. He played as a false 9. He played off the left. He played at the tip of a midfield diamond with 2 ahead of him. He's played off the right. He can do all of that stuff. So let's be honest. None of us really know exactly what shape we're going to start with against Everton on August 6th. Nobody knows. Sterling has proven he can play in a front 3 with wingbacks with this national team. He's proven he's flexible at his club. Yes, he doesn't create for Manchester City because he doesn't have to. You wouldn't hand the ball to Sterling, ask him to go ISO 14 times a match when you have De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, David Silva, and Gundogan. That's stupid, right? But just because he doesn't do it doesn't mean he absolutely cannot do it at all. That being said, Raheem Sterling's not going to create and solve like our creativity issue, right? It's not going to happen. One, because he's a wide player, and the last time we relied on a wide player to be our chief creator was Hazard, and Sterling's not as good as Hazard. I don't know what to tell you.
Can I ask
Right?
you?
Well, I
can ask you about
disagree with
something?
that. Hold on, stop. Hold on. I'm looking at his stats right now. 16-17, 10 assists. 17-18, 15 assists. 18-19, 11 assists.
I mean, look, like if we were to surround him with the caliber of players he's with now, then yes, we could reasonably expect that. But like, let's not sit here.
That's my point. My biggest problem with what's his name? Sterling is not actually Sterling. It's the way we're gonna set up the front three.
Yeah.
So, for example, we based off what we know. What we know is Kai Havertz staying, Mount is staying. If those two are gonna be the primary players up top, so we're gonna just add players to it, okay? Let's add player to it. Sterling in the front three with Kai Havertz and Mount. That's the problem I see.
Yeah, it's not a traditional.
It's not the traditional what you're thinking.
Yeah.
That's
But
why
it
I'm
is a
afraid.
versatile one.
No,
and
no,
they
no.
can
I'm not.
interchange.
Let me finish my point.
Go on, go on.
I can understand, for example, if this is not how Thomas Tuchel see us. For example, if Mount drops back into the 8 and we switch into 4-3-3 and we get in Dembele, Kai Havertz, and Sterling, that start to look a little bit different. I can see that. You see what I'm saying? That's my fear.
I get what you're saying, Alex. It's just if we're operating on the assumption that we're going to play with the shape we've been playing, and Havertz and Mount are two of that front three, regardless of who comes in, we're in a very tough position. Like, think of the third player to put in that front three that like balances our attack and gives us the volume of chances. I can't name a player we could realistically go and get.
Dembele.
Hold on a second.
Rafael Leao.
To be here's what it is. If we definitely stay in the way it is, with with what's his name, with Sterling coming in, and only what's his name, the other one from Barcelona,
Dembele.
All of a sudden, I'm kind of upset that Lukaku leaves, because Lukaku will actually be better with those two than what he played with.
Well, Sterling does like. Sterling's
you see what I'm saying? For example, the front three should be, if those two come in, I actually think Lukaku will be better, and Kai Havertz could.
What
play
about
at
Broja,
10.
Alex? If it was Broja.
Broja's not going to stay. Broja's not going to stay. He won't be any
No,
good.
it's hypothetical. Hypothetical.
We're talking about. I know it's a whole thing is hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
Because, but what I'm saying is, based on what we know, the forward players that comes in, those two are the only ones that I hear that we looking for. Those two.
But Sterling's numbers though, if you look at Sterling's numbers at City, when he's got like a focal central player there, when he doesn't have to be the one, they're probably higher than in the past 2 years. Because even like with Aguero up there, because they have the focal point, it takes away, he's allowed to do his running, arriving at the end of the box. You've seen
the problem is Aguero is moving.
That's what I mean. So it's like, does it?
1 minute.
I don't know if it matches with, say, Kai.
That's my problem. That's my problem.
He's a mover, but not as much, and he's not as strong as Aguero was, because Aguero had that low center of gravity like a Havertz had. They just bounced off him. They couldn't do anything. It'd be interesting to see that, but you know, if you're looking, like Peter said, if you're looking for Sterling to create, the main creator, you will be disappointed, I think.
Sterling is not a creator. We know this. He
is a creator, but he's not a creator as people think wants.
He's not going to solve the creativity problem on his own. I'm not going to say he cannot create chances for other people. I would not go that far. All of the people in the comments saying he's Timo Werner. If Sterling was really at the level of
jeez.
Timo Werner,
He's not a Werner. I think he's more of a Pulisic if you want to make the comparison. Like people just say,
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
He's a Pulisic.
Let's not compare them in dribbling. Werner can't dribble.
He's a
But
Pulisic.
I got one thing.
He's a Pulisic, but he's better on his feet than Pulisic. Sterling has a little bit better low gravity. But Pulisic is a better finisher.
No, he doesn't. Sterling. Yeah, Sterling does. Yeah, Sterling does.
Finishing, like, I'll be real, I ain't sure on either.
Yeah, Pulisic is better finisher than Sterling. There's no way.
And also, I have one thing.
And that's our biggest issue,
to
though.
say.
I'm not sure. I think Sterling.
No. I have one thing to say. Don't you guys? When we bring
Pulisic in Manchester City with all those chances.
hold on. I have one thing to say.
No, it doesn't go either way.
No,
hold on.
Like Pulisic's clinical enough. I've seen him miss plenty of good chances.
The both of them they're on the same level, I'd say. Me not put one over the other. Two of them finishing at the same. Maybe Sterling may give him a little edge, but then again, Sterling get more opportunities to miss and than what Pulisic
Is it
get.
me?
But,
His mic is
it, both of them they're on the same level for scoring goals or missing whatever. But
which doesn't solve our issue, yeah. Which doesn't solve our goal scoring issue. Which
I'm finished now. But sorry about that. I just want to finish this. So I listen to everybody talk and I like analyze what everybody said before me make my assumption. But look at where Peter said about Ziyech, bro. When Ziyech just signed for Chelsea, the whole fan base called the man magician, bro. Ziyech is not a winger. Ziyech is a cam, plays behind the striker. That's his best position. When he plays on the flank, he doesn't have the speed to do the work that we'd want him to do as a winger. That man would be scoring double figures of assists and goals if he was playing in a cam position where he plays at Ajax. So sometimes we can't criticize a player when they play outside their position. You see me?
But we can though, bro.
No, we can. No, bro. You can't.
Yeah, we can. Because, okay, you made the hypothetical point about Ziyech playing as a 10. That's great. With the players we have, he's not going to get that position. If we do operate with a 10, it's going to be
it will be other players that plays number 10.
It won't be him if we leave him.
Exactly. Even if we Vitamus, look, if we're gonna change the system and play with 10, ain't gonna be the Ziyech that takes that number 10.
Yeah, if we do use a 10, like if we did play a 4-2-3-1 next season, Ziyech's not going to be the one.
Not going to be the one. Exactly.
He's not going to be there even if we used it. So we can say he's being played out.
We're not playing a 4-2-3-1, so it's a moot point.
But like, my point is, even if we did, he would not play there. He's never done that for us for an extended period of time. Every single time last season, we went to playing with a number 10. If Mount was on the pitch, he was playing that role. If Mount was off the pitch and we needed to play with the 10, it was either Havertz or it was Pulisic on rare occasion, right? Ziyech does not fill that role in the team. So to say he would be better here, that's great. That's like saying,
so whose fault is that?
The right back. He's never going to do that.
Whose fault is that?
I mean,
we're not here to blame the fault. Yeah.
We can go away from like the original point. I made the point about Sterling being able to function on the right of a front three because we've seen him do that to a high level. Granted, it was a few years ago when Sane was playing on the left and they had Sterling on the right. And since Sane has gone and Mahrez has really been incorporated into the team when Sterling's played and Mahrez has been on the pitch.
Let me ask you something. What about this way? Dembele on the left, Kai Havertz on the right, or in the middle, Sterling on the right, and Mount 10 in the diamond shape up top with two midfielders.
Look, I don't hate that idea.
Dembele is not playing on the right. I'm putting him on the left. First of all, he played on the right before. No, he actually scored from the right against Chelsea.
The thing with wingers like Dembele and Sterling that we don't get with the current crop of wingers we have is we can put both of them on either side of the pitch.
Exactly, that's my point.
We've seen them be able to do that. Pulisic needs to play on the left. If Cho is going to play wide, he needs to play on the left. If Ziyech has to play on the wing, he cannot play on the left, right? There's no flexibility.
The one thing about bro.
But no, we need to become a more versatile team and to become more interchangeable, we need players that are going to be able to fulfill multiple roles. The wingers we have now, on top of the fact that most of us here, if we boil it down to a collective, don't make them,
I gotta disagree because we are putting players that have played in a different system that suits everybody. You can't put Sterling on the right and say, oh, he's played on the right for City, so he do good for Chelsea. That's Manchester City. That's a Pep Guardiola system. Even me and you can go play for fucking Pep and look good in his system. Bad man.
I disagree.
Sterling
Yeah,
would be
Yeah,
better
I
as left
disagree.
back.
No. But I have a point from
He's
that.
played
Like,
right for
don't.
England as well. He's played
Yeah.
right for England as
Yeah,
well.
but brother,
He played for
No.
England. He played for
Sterling.
Liverpool when he was there as a teenager.
I think
and for England,
like,
he plays at right too.
Yes.
So
It's
like
not
the
the same
versatility
Sterling.
for me isn't the issue because I do think like the three of them can be versatile.
exactly.
It's the
Dembele plays on
creativity.
the left,
And then-
on the right.
If we
Before-
Dembele has to come in this instance as well for me because a Sterling, Mount, and Havertz front three screams zero creativity. And
Oh,
Here's
it's just raw
here's the
individual.
solution. Here's the solution. I know Johnny is about to have some really quick 5 seconds in a minute because the thing I'm gonna say, he's gonna flip on his camera.
But
But
a mountagasm, is that what you're saying?
no, yeah, mountagasm. He's about to have some mountagasm. But for example, if we get Rice, right, and Rice can't play a single player, and then we have Diamond up at top, who can play and Mount will be dropped out of those three? For example, Sterling, Havertz, and Dembele up 3, and Mount is gonna drop a number 10, pivot 8. Because I don't think we're gonna play 10. I think we're gonna be playing with 2 8s versus 1 10 to quicker possession, quicker pressure game. So if we get Rice and he's gonna be a single midfielder with 2 additionals, for example, it's gonna be Mount. It could be Kovacic. It could be what's his name? The other English.
Terrifies me, man.
The what?
We're not
terrifies
three
me.
back four.
Rice has never
Absolutely.
played. Rice has never played as a single pivot in midfield for an extended
Yeah.
time, though.
Yeah, but that's
I know, but he's Cobham's finest, man.
Yeah,
No,
no.
but
But it won't be the pivot that you're single pivot that you're thinking.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. Like he
No, I'm
always
saying
gonna
like
be. It was gonna be the same thing with Kovacic and
it's like they would play. Probably he'd play one of Kovacic, Kante, whoever stays next to him is what I
Yes.
would assume.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
he
what I'm
plays
Why are we
with.
talking about Rice? Why in the
Yeah,
hell
I-
are we
I-
talking
I-
about
I- I-
nobody?
I- I-
No,
I-
Just-
This is a transfer target,
Let's
Jester.
go these three,
Hold on,
bro.
hold on,
We've
hold on, hold on.
mentioned Rice at least 4 times.
Jester, for the sake because we're talking about forwards, for the sake of the forwards that coming in, we try to put the brains how those forwards are gonna play. Because if we're gonna look at how we played before, it doesn't freaking make sense. That's why we have to go back to make sense of the signing that coming in.
Well, it makes perfect sense.
Yep.
We can play them in either the 3-4-3 or the 4-1-4-1. Okay? If you bring in the proper midfielder, you can drop Mount in
I'm
a
assuming
pivot
we have a hint
next.
behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a hit behind me.
Not
you bring
the
this
poster,
guy in.
not the poster from Lewis, not the
No.
corner guy, but
No,
Oh,
no,
what?
the
No
guy
one
with,
in the comment section said it, so you had to bring it up. Is that what it is?
the guy with
don't
the
pay
salute
attention.
right
I
here.
have my own agendas, you know that.
If you play
Fair
him
enough.
in the 3-4-3 in a pivot, you can put Mount next to him and allow Mount to play the Kovacic role. He can play that role. The reason he can't play the role now is because you don't have anybody in the midfield who's defensively sound that can sit or be
solid?
asked not to go as far forward as like Conte will not do that. He will run around. Jorginho, you can't leave him alone without a babysitter, or you're gonna be opened up.
Is this a Mount SMS pivot?
Yes.
No, yo,
I think no.
Yo,
I
I'll
think
deal with Jester.
Jester said it right, but the Mount is not going to be the one that plays beside the deeper midfielder. Mount is
cover.
going to play higher. I think
I
it's going to
said
be
he
the
can.
cover.
Mount
The
SMS
question is,
pivot?
the question is, with the new signings, obviously we're looking at 2 strikers that are going to play as potential wingers. Do you really want to put Mount in that central position? Do you prefer him
Definitely
playing
not.
in that central position or prefer him playing out on the wing?
Why do
Hey,
you
to
think
make-
Mount?
to-
Hold on a second. Do you think
Wait,
Mount
Dylan,
cannot
what was
find
the
the long?
question?
No. I don't think Mount should play in that central
Oh,
position.
hold on
He
a
plays
second.
better on the wing.
How did he play? How did he assist Kai Havertz in the Championship League final?
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
Oh, here we
Dylan,
go.
are you
No,
asking?
Here
What is
we
the
go.
hypothetical you're laying
That's
out?
not it. That's not it.
I'm
He
struggling
has a-
picturing what you're talking
Yeah, no,
about.
I understand from the one time of that, yes, he did play central, but I think personally he's better out on the wing, and he's proved to be better out on the wing throughout most of the season. I think he has personally.
No,
I
but
think he's
Mount
very
was
well.
a wing playing as a winger.
Yeah, I
he
think
was
he
a,
has.
He was a 10. He was
No,
a 10.
no. Only time we've
Just
seen
when
Mount
you-
play on the
just
wings
when
was
you
under
make-
Lampard,
just
and it
when-
never really
Just
worked.
when you made yourself like, oh no, we talk again, and you just got the shovel and dig yourself in a hole with it. Just when you made the prop mount, and you just dig yourself in the hole, man.
As a third
No,
midfielder,
Mount to me, 10,
Everybody
8.
keeps saying
Can play in
Mount
a
is
10, I
number
wouldn't
8,
see him on
right?
the wing.
Everybody keeps saying Mount is number 8.
it's part of a
That's
three.
his best
Yeah.
position.
Part of-
Exactly.
That's his best
So-
position. Yes.
Yeah. So, and he's best when he drop it off that forward position into the midfield and allow James to do the circles around the other ones. Why not
Yes.
expecting that to do permanently when we actually have proper wingers?
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
said.
did my word stutter? Did I say something wrong?
Just repeat it one more time. I was
No, no, but
thinking-
Alex, there's a simple.
No, this is the thing. Like, I think it's a
Here's
sensible
the
argument.
thing.
I'm not
Here's
disagreeing
the
with that.
thing.
That's
Oh,
fine.
Here's
my
the thing.
God.
Two of you, duoscope, extra large vibrator, and you new guy. When you hear word mount, you always jump in, but you don't think that we're not Johnny.
Why?
We're not
Why?
Johnny.
Why?
We're not
Hold
popping
on.
for him.
Hold on. Hold
We're
on.
sti-
Hold on.
I'm not holding to nothing. I'll
Can
hold
I
something
respond,
good.
bro? Because you've been going.
But
you
I
said my
didn't
name.
ask you a question. You can respond if I didn't ask you a question?
All right. Okay. Keep going then. I guess.
My question, my thing is, there is a people that actually think the Mount is a good player, but not sitting in the guy's house bushes. We know that he's a good player. We just don't think that he's as good as the guy with the binoculars outside his house. That's it.
No.
There's
Why?
no
Why I
Johnny
said
here.
it?
So when the Mount conversation comes over here, please don't assume that we Johnny. That's what I'm
No.
trying to say.
Why? Why?
Listen, man. Listen, Alex have a point, bro. Like, me gonna be honest, because I don't really agree when some people talk sometimes, as we agree to disagree. But honestly, Alex has a big point, bro. Like, looking in at Mount, he's done well for Chelsea. Yes, he has scored goals. Yes, he has assisted. But there can be better players that can come in and play a better role, like where we'd want him to play. I think he'd be better playing the side. I've said I see them and dropping and going forward, stringing those long passes.
He's a
etc.
Lampard. He's a Lampard 2.0.
Yeah,
He's a
dropping
Lampard.
people.
Just let him play Lampard role. He's a Lampard junior.
Okay,
There's a
point,
simple.
Alex,
There's
to
a
that
simple
point.
way to tweak this system, right? Which
exactly what
we're
you're
playing
gonna
the
say.
exact same way we're doing. You can put Savage, you can put Rice. It's just that characteristic of play. You take out one centre back, which we need to buy. This is the best time to not buy extra centre backs. Because we have 3 centre backs. We take out one. You put a player like Savage or Rice or anyone similar to that, and now that allows us to bring an extra midfield Mount that you're saying, Gallagher, whoever it was, and we can fundamentally play the exact same way, and it works exactly the same way. Tuchel already did it with Marquinhos at PSG, right? And I'm hoping want to say preseason to see if Tuchel's going to test that out because of Jorginho, and if you see when we're off the ball, right? The 3 centre backs, Jorginho, and then Kova stays back. That's 5. If you have a player like Rice or Savage and 3 centre backs, 4 defensive players, right, plus Kova, it's a bit of an overkill on defensive players off the ball. So a player like, if someone could do Jorginho, half of Jorginho's role, right, on the ball, plus have a defensive characteristics, you can take out a centre back. It's overkill, and then we can bring Mount, Gallagher, whoever you want, the extra midfield that you're talking about. And this was almost done with Marquinhos. If anyone wants to go see, and it'll fundamentally be the same way we've been playing. It's a slight tweak rather than changing the whole formation with wingers and the whole lot. And that's a small tweak in the system that can bring that major change in.
Yeah, but that is it. All we talking now? It come down to the manager. Is he going to change the formation or play as you said? Because, bro, Tuchel wasn't really a back three person at PSG. You see me? He did play, but it wasn't his favorite position to say, formation to say, we're going to play back.
There was fundamentals of it that Marquinhos dropped back, made a front three, made a back three, and then went into the midfield. There was the phases. It looked like it, different phases.
Yeah, but we have too much midfielders to play back three, bro. Yes, let me tell you, I love Tuchel. Everybody get criticism. I don't want him to get sacked. But if I see him doing something that he could change to make it better, then I'm gonna say, why doesn't he? But like for instance, Antonio Conte came in, played a back four for 4 games, got smashed by Arsenal or something like that, and then changed to a back three, won the league. Yeah, things like that. I mean, we need to change things to support the players that we have, because we can play a back four. We've done it against Tottenham 3 times. We've played a back four against Tottenham. When we have the ball, we go to what? Back four. We lose, we go to a back three. Yeah, we should do that more often. And I don't like the back
we need a lot of change in personnel before we go to a back four. We've looked terrible in that so much this season.
So if you look at the players,
we beat up Tottenham, bro. Tottenham beat Manchester City.
We always beat bro. Sorry, the Tottenham game's got a massive mask on the back four, and we look terrible every other game other than that.
We always beat Tottenham.
Tottenham are the reason why we didn't go for a left back, because they made Sarr look so good that we didn't bother. So I can't see a back four until we go.
We didn't do anything against Tottenham.
Wait. Just at the point you have to
say something here before.
So if you look at who we're actually linked with, a player like Koundé, who is coming in, by the way, that's still happening. So don't listen to the ITKs. If you look at some other targets like a Guardiola, like a SMS behind me, Sterling, Dembele, they're not just one-dimensional players. Okay, they can play multiple roles within a team, and that's what we're looking for, because we're not looking just to stay in one formation. Tuchel likes to match up against the team they're playing against. So if a back three works better against him, he'll go to a back three. If a back four works better, he'll play a back four. But you have to have players in place that can play both formations without losing any of without having any deficiencies in those. Okay, so you're going to see backs who can play in a 3 or 4. You're going to see fullbacks brought in that can play wing back or fullback. You're going to see midfielders can play multiple midfield roles. That's what you're going to see, because that gives him a toolbox to sit there and go, I'm going to tinker with this. We're going to put this guy over here. That's what he likes to do. He likes to base his formations on the teams he's playing. We can't do that right now because we don't have those types of players in the team.
I think that's where we are for Aki, because Aki can play in midfield too.
He can play left back as well.
Just to go back to
last thing on Conte. You're right, left back. Yeah,
the last thing on Conte's 3-4-3. The beauty of that formation was you
had a
player like Matic screening the back three.
Yeah,
exactly.
We don't have that. We don't have that player. If we did, it'd be a whole different formation, which allows the
on that situation, Rice is not good. That guy behind Jester is better.
Not as a single.
If we
the guy behind we had Fabregas at that time as well.
We also during Conte's time had the best creator, the best player in the league,
Fabregas,
and an experienced striker up top. We had Hazard, we had Cesc, we had Costa. You could put into an attack, right? So we need to understand in terms of our players going forward. I like some of these players. I don't think they're that level.
Levels aren't the same. It's like
none of us do, right? That. So understand where we were able to be solid with Matic and Conte. Occasionally put a Cesc next to a Matic under Conte, right? In that season, we still had Hazard and Costa plus one other going the other way.
Yeah.
And say what you want about Willian and Pedro, that season for us combined in the Prem, they got us 15 goals and 12 assists from that right wing position. So we had consistent output, we were clinical. And we were we had the best of everything. And this conversation we're having now, where we talk about potentially being able to be fluid, as Jester was saying, which is a good point. We just need to understand with our current level of players, we are likely going to have to give up something in order to shore something up. Switching systems might make us more exhilarating going forward. It might create us a few more chances, but we'll probably concede a few more at the back. If we want to remain and try and be solid with this 3 at the back with wingbacks thing, our defensive record was pretty good this season, even though we conceded a lot of stupid goals in the second half of the season. If you look across the entire season, I think it was the best we've had since we won the Premier League in terms of goals conceded, right? Just unfortunately, the levels to win the league now are far above what we needed 5 years ago, right? So we're running a longer race. We're running a more difficult race.
Yeah.
We're going to have to sacrifice something. We're getting this or that. We're not going to be able to fix all of these problems in one truncated summer, especially after the chaotic spring that we've had. But it is what it is.
I think we're gonna play 3 at the back at the beginning because we are gonna be concerned about Rudiger leaving. There's a reason why Alonso played completely decent because we know that Rudiger could cover for him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Rudiger made Alonso go forward a little bit without more fear. For example, when
now we got Saar at left centre back.
Yeah. Why do you keep saying that?
What you see what I'm saying? Like I think we're gonna play with 3 at the back for the reason because we need to test the new defenders. And
we lose Marcus Alonso and now we have Malang Sarr. Happy days, guys. We're going to be fucking living life.
Why what are we talking about here? Because first of all, if Emerson goes, we're bringing in another left back. Okay.
Oh yeah, you'd like to think
if Emerson stays, then Emerson's the backup left back. That's so. And as far as center backs go, we will bring in 2 center backs this summer. Koundé is pretty much done. They're just haggling over the final deals. Yeah, there'll be another one comes in. Yeah. Now, I thought it was going to be De Ligt, but it looks like that's getting further and further away. So
yeah, you're right. We have to.
That's why they're looking at alternatives, and they might be looking at cheaper alternatives because they've got other targets that are they can now get, like the guy behind me. He's going to be about 60 mil.
How old is he?
27.
Okay. One of those people who's been playing for 10 years but isn't 30 yet.
Yeah, but he's not a Rooney 27 when he looks like 30.
No. He played 37 matches. He played every single
he's Slavic. He's Slavic. I'll take a chances of him versus.
That's what I mean. It's not like Rooney, when he's
no, not named Slavic. He's a Slavic culture. I'll take a little bit of that. I'll take a chance on that versus we'll take a specific players, and there is a little bit of nastiness in there.
So you might get a lesser second center back coming in price. So they're talking about Bremer, but I think he's pretty much set on going to Inter. The Ake is going to be about 30 million pounds, okay? If that. Okay, and that will allow you to go pay 60 for the gentleman behind me and maybe get a second attacking player like a Sterling who's not going to be 35 million pounds. You forget about that. City will not let him. They will put him on the bench and not play him before they'll let him go to Chelsea for 35 million pounds.
How many years are left on Sterling's contract? Is anybody
know? 1 year.
1 year left.
1 year, yeah.
Well, how much is left on Jesus' contract?
Same.
1 year. And he's going for 50.
No. He's gonna. There's a difference. There's a difference.
No, there's no difference.
There's a difference.
Arsenal have only first-team strikers in Nketiah.
Exactly. And
it doesn't matter. It doesn't set the price.
I split at the rumor, and they
worked. We know how to strike.
I said it the rumor. It worked because first of all, they knew that Arsenal was definitely needed a striker. So what they did is they offered it to Chelsea to make sure that everything saying, look, we got Chelsea on the in the attacking to him, so Arsenal had to jump on it and pay 50. Otherwise, for example, if it was no links to anybody else, he would have gone for the same price, 35, 40, 45 million pounds. I don't think, first of all,
you got English
Arsenal. Look, Arsenal does the bad thing. We're gonna play him in the center forward, and you'll remember this because he's not good at the center forward. They're gonna make that thing. The only reason I wanted him because he can play after not as a center forward.
I don't think they got a choice now, have they? Because they've got rid of Aubameyang, they've got rid of Lacazette. They haven't got any well-known strikers now, have they, Arsenal?
They're gonna have to pay over the odds to get anybody to come
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Nketiah. Yeah, but he's young.
No.
So.
Yeah, and if we went in for him, he'd still be 50 million pounds.
I give him number 14 shirt.
If we went in for Jesus right now, he'd still be 50 million pounds. So
we gave Barkley the number 8.
First of all, we wouldn't pay 50 million pounds for Jesus. That's the point. The rumor was that he was linked to us for a reason. We were not interested in Jesus. They were asking us to sell him.
I understand, but that doesn't set the price. The price is you're a rival club, and we're not going to sell you a player who can make you better on the cheap. Not going to happen.
That's true.
Fair enough. We'll see how it goes.
That's fair enough. I think the other thing that we haven't really got into is the wages. Guys,
that's what I was about to bring up.
$300K a week.
Yeah.
That's a disqualifier.
So why wouldn't Sterling wait out his contract? Because he's obviously no one's going to give him 300.
Some C fans think
he's
I think first of all, I think who's going to be better at the Championship League run next season, Chelsea or City?
Probably
City. Look. Let's not go to the for example, as a poker player, you have the odds, right? Let's play the odds. If I was Sterling and I have a last year contract, and I know that City will have more chances to accomplish something I didn't accomplish before. The only reason why he won't stay in England probably for the like the Championship League. You know what I'm saying? That's the only medal he doesn't have. If I was Sterling, I will even sit on a freaking bench one more year because I will have more odds winning the championship.
He might do, but like I think Sterling is a little bit
bottle it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Sterling does seem a bit open to move though, because there were sources saying that he's been talking to people about what life's like at Chelsea.
But again, it's World Cup year. You want to play as many minutes as possible to make sure you get in your country's World Club.
It's a half a season.
It's half a season. It's a bit different.
I hear that.
Jester, do you really think there's any chance Gareth Southgate isn't starting Sterling against Iran?
For the Euros.
You think there's any chance?
For the Euro squad, and he was out. People didn't want him in the squad.
All I'm saying is players that you're talking about what Southgate's going to do, and I'm going to say what players are thinking. Players are saying, I got to have my minutes to have my best chance of not only being in the squad, but starting in the squad. Okay, if he's sitting on the bench and he's not getting any minutes, you think that
just
that's
5
well, maybe
subs.
Southgate's a crap coach.
5 subs. Just next season is 5 subs.
But
everyone on the bench is going to get good time.
But that's not only that. That's not only Pat. That's not only point. Why you ignore Sterling's ability to actually get them to the first 11, even with 1 year of left on the contract? The guy still can be pushed and to push himself if he wants. If that what you're saying, Jester, if that's what's so important to him, minutes before the World Cup, why would he not play all his ability that he has and the City 11? Do you think Pep will put somebody on the bench who plays better than at the moment whoever over is? For example,
So what are you saying? Is he going to phone in his performances for Man City or?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, for example, it's gonna be who's better player at that moment. That's who's gonna start for City. So, for example, if what's his name? Who's playing on the left side for City? If Sterling
Mahrez.
No, on the left side.
Grealish.
It will be Grealish. Do you think Sterling will cannot challenge Grealish for the first spot at the team?
I think that Pep's been told that we pay 100 million pounds for this guy. He better start next year.
So you saying that Pep is that weak that he cannot put the 100 million pound player on the bench and play the player that plays better than
last year? He already
has.
Exactly.
That's the last year.
No, I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead.
Real quick, Alex. Sterling kept his place after his horrible season that he had the season before for Manchester City. Everybody was bagging on him for the entire season because he underperformed. He went straight into that Euros under the same manager that's going to be his manager in Qatar, and he started. There's no reason Gareth Southgate would look at now to November 21st when they kick off, whatever time that is in the evening, and say, "Oh, I'm going to find a better right-sided option for my front three than Raheem Sterling."
Why are you talking about right? He's a left winger.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he plays on the right
They
for
can play on the
England.
right.
Yes, he can, but he plays mostly
No.
on the
Okay,
left.
wherever he plays, Jester, he's
No,
going
he
to play, right?
actually
Wherever he
plays
plays,
more
on the
he's going to
right.
play. No.
Okay,
fair enough.
so you're Gareth
Foden is
Southgate. Would
play-
you rather have a guy who's starting and balling out, or somebody who's staying on the bench? Which player would you rather
Are
have
you
going into
asking me?
a World
Are you
Cup?
asking me if Gareth Southgate is taking into account club form over like who he trusts and stuff like that? Is that kind of like the philosophical debate we're having here?
No,
Yeah,
I'm asking you. Would you rather start somebody in a World Cup that is starting for their club and is balling out, or somebody who's a substitute and is not
So
in the
again,
best
you're asking
form?
me what I would do, or are you
Yes.
asking what I think?
Yeah, I'm
Gareth
asking what
Southgate
you
would
would do.
Okay, well, I'm not Gareth Southgate. I would
Obviously.
I would pick the entirety of a national team on club form. The man who's in
Okay.
charge, who gets paid to make the decisions, has
He's
shown
not.
with his treatment of Harry Maguire, because he survived a horrendous club season, and he starts whenever he's fit for England. Sterling did it 2 years ago for Manchester City, went right into that right-hand side of their front three. The same thing's going to happen in Qatar. Sterling starting, Maguire starting. If you
I
guys
tell you
don't
what,
like it,
Foden
fine,
will start.
get over it.
Foden will have more chance starting
Now-
over Grealish.
He started
okay.
Trippier at left back instead of Chilwell.
Yeah,
Okay,
Grealish
if
plays
you're,
next season.
now you're the player. Now you're the player. Would you rather be balling out going into a World Cup so you can win something for your country, or would you rather be on the bench?
Am I any player or am I Raheem Sterling?
No, you're any player. Even you
All
can be
right.
Raheem.
I-
You can
I'm
be Raheem
confused.
Sterling.
All right,
Be
'cause if
Raheem
I'm Raheem
Sterling.
Sterling, I've gone from sitting on the bench and being out of form to being England's best player at their most recent tournament.
Would
I can do that
you
shit again.
rather be a starter and be balling out and being
It
in
would
your
make
best
no
form
difference to
as
me
a
if I was-
okay?
Yeah, see,
No,
this
then-
is why
then-
I'm with Peter.
then-
This is
dude,
why I'm
you're-
with Peter as well, because like
No,
So he
you're
does-
absolutely
you've seen him do it
wrong.
already.
Southgate doesn't pick based on your form.
I didn't.
Yes,
that's,
we
that's,
know
that's, that's not what I asked. That's not what I asked. As a player, you're Raheem Sterling. Would you rather be in your best form, scoring goals for your club, going into a World Cup, or sitting on the bench?
If I'm Raheem Sterling going into a major tournament after how I handled the last major tournament after my preceding club season where I was terrible, I would not give a fuck. I'll be real.
Okay, well then you don't know about players then, because
No,
players.
If I was
want to
rolling,
be balling
hey, if
out.
I
Fair
if
enough,
I was
Justin. You don't
Sterling,
have to argue. Fair enough.
hold on. If I was Sterling, I'd rather wait out my contract and get a wage that are similar to mine and the club of my choice and a signing bonus, which Man City is not going to give him that. Yeah, it doesn't matter, just because it's only going to be a couple months to the World Cup from August to November, right? He's going to get game time because of 5 subs, right? He's not going to be completely out of form, because of the season he had, right? He's going to play for England, and then he can go move wherever he wants. Who's going to give him 300k? And then stick to the club, and who's going to sell him to a rival as well? Man City's going to put a premium if we want him.
Here's the funny part.
Wait, Alex, just
He can
before
be
you go,
sold in December
wait, one sec.
and still get the Championship League medal.
I get that, but everyone's missing the major point that Peter was trying to say, and it's regardless of his form, it's not going to mean a thing. So it's more of his personal decision. Would you rather be playing for Chelsea going into the World Cup, or would you rather be playing for City? Where Chelsea, you might have more of a chance to play more football. City, you'd have much more of a chance of winning trophies. So that doesn't take the World Cup into account.
Here's one
regardless.
Hold on, Louis. Here's what I disagree with a little bit with Peter and Jester, because they get an assumption that the club level is the same as international. It's not. When I went for the thing to try out to see if we can actually get to the international level, there's a different way of approaching, because you're not playing the same system, you're not playing the same style, you're playing with different players. Club level is completely different from the international. People need to understand that. So it doesn't matter how, of course it is matter how much you play for the youth thing, but it's more important how you play with the teammates for the national team that you play. For example, if you're saying Maguire's play shit as a center back for Manchester United, how does he play against in England? Everybody's saying he plays better for England. That's my point about international is different. It depends how you suit the team that you play with. For example, what's his name? Grealish. he does not suit the way England play because he's individual brilliance, but he's not a team brilliant. That's why Sterling is a little bit better. You see what I'm saying?
But that's
You
just
play
for now.
No. You play best. This is my problem with people don't understand why I like and why I don't like. I don't like the names. I like the players that plays together. It's better to see United 4 than one like superstar Messi. You see what I'm saying? That's why those individual stars usually rarely get anything on international level. That's the point. Argentina always played like just give ball to Messi, just give ball to Messi, and they do fuck all in an international level. But they had a great team if they would have built it. Same thing with what's his name, with Southgate. By the way, my personal view: England has two best talented teams in the world. Back when Lampard was and now, and both those times, wrong managers for the team. Both times. That's the one thing that I can say about no way. I just think it's a Southgate problem with England. It's not. It's not.
That's all well and good.
He's incompetent anyway.
That's all well and good. Great players. This is Raheem Sterling's last shot at the World Cup in his prime. Next time it comes around, he'll be 31 years old. Right?
Oh,
Team would be probably
every
better.
4 years.
He's 26, right?
He's 27. So he'll be 31
31-year-old Sterling will have a decent
in 2026. He is now in his prime. This will be his best chance to bring the World Cup home for England. That goes for all of the older English players. Harry Kane, all of them. You want to be in your best form going into that World Cup.
But
Period.
again,
End of story.
The form isn't going to matter for him because it didn't.
I'm not saying what
Euros.
Southgate were doing, but if you are a player, you want to be in your best form going into something that happens every 4 years, and this might be your last one.
Definitely, but we've already seen in past tournaments that the form doesn't necessarily matter because he can go in bad form, still be one of our best players in the tournament.
Okay, but England gets knocked out in the group stages.
No, they got knocked out in the semis.
Look, I'm
just
saying going forward, if you guys...
Where'd you get that he wasn't going to play?
I didn't say he wasn't going to play. I said if he wants to be in his best form, he needs to get the minutes. He needs starter minutes.
No, but that's what I'm asking.
Going into...
What makes you think he's not going to get the minutes?
To understand. Everybody just
what makes you think he's not going to get the minutes?
Sterling's conversation to have.
Sterling's pass speaks against what you're saying. That's the difference.
You have to look at the fixture list. All the games are cramped. Sterling's going to play, and if he performs, he's going to do exactly what you just said. He's going to get minutes, right? He can ball out in those minutes, and he's going to be in good form.
Okay.
Even if he doesn't ball out,
City or Chelsea, but the only thing I'm saying is the past form of Sterling has shown that you don't need to be in your best form to perform in those major tournaments.
And how many titles has England won with Sterling?
But that's not solely Sterling's fault. He was one of the best players.
The answer is
zero. No. That's my point, Jester. That's my
They should
point.
boot their entire squad and bring in an entirely new 23 then.
That's the point. What I said.
They didn't get knocked out because Sterling was out of form. He was one of their best players. It wasn't Sterling's fault that England didn't win. So for either of that, it doesn't solely fall on Sterling. I get what you're trying to say, but if that would have happened, Sterling would have had a poor Euros, and then that would justify your point even more. But it doesn't.
So you're saying he had a good Euro?
Yes.
Yes.
England won the trophy.
But that he did. Okay. Wait. Jesters. Belgium didn't win. Belgium didn't win the World Cup.Id Hazard have a good World Cup?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
what?
Come on.
Oh no!
I think he's done better than Modric. I think he's done better than
There's only
Modric.
one good team in every competition.
Modric won the Player of the Year award, but Croatia didn't win the World Cup.
Yeah,
Did he have
I think
a bad
actually
tournament?
Hazard should have got that year. Hazard done better
Did
than Modric.
Modric have a bad World Cup for Croatia?
Guys, Costa Rica didn't have a good World Cup in
But
2014.
did he individually have a good tournament?
Costa Rica didn't have a good World Cup in 2014.
He didn't win.
Don't worry.
How
It
does
doesn't
that mean that
matter.
individually
We
he had
talked
a
about
poor tournament?
individual players. We talked about
Ha-
individual
Wales didn't
players.
have a good Euros in 2016 because they didn't win. Guys.
If Sterling played more for Man City the season before, it doesn't mean England are going to win the Euros as a result of that. It's about the individual performance, bro.
Do you think
And that's what I'm
Giroud?
trying
Do
to
you
say.
think
Like,
Giroud
the form
had?
doesn't make a
Do you think
difference.
Giroud? Do you think Giroud had a good World Cup in 2018, Jester? Jester.
He did, in spite of winning.
No. Do you think he did? Because he didn't score any goals. But
Did he
won the
win?
World Cup.
Did he
So he
win?
had a good World Cup. But he had a good World Cup.
Isn't that the object of going to the World Cup? Not putting up stats, but winning the damn thing?
No, but
Are
you're
we
saying
all
he needs to be in his best form to perform in
You're
the
talking
tournament.
about
and
being
we're
in
saying
best form
he
to
doesn't. It's
produce.
about how you
You're
perform
working against
in the
your own point,
tournament.
I think it's individual
No,
thing
I'm
that
not.
just
Jester, you're working against your own point with that
Yeah,
sentence.
yeah.
No, I'm not.
You
All I
are,
said
though.
is
You're
the
talking about
object
how he
of
needs
going
to
to
be
the
in his
World
best form
Cup
for
is
City to
winning the
perform for
World
England.
Cup. People don't go to the World Cup and go, I'm going to put up amazing stats, but we're going to lose. That's
No,
my goal.
but what you were saying was,
Jester,
as
you
a
were
player,
saying he needs to be
Sterling
in his
needs to
best
be in
form
his
for his
best
club
form.
to go and play for his country. That's what you were saying 20 minutes
Every player that goes wants to be in their best form. Yes or no? Or do they
Raheem
want to come in
Sterling has
injured
already
off an
shown-
injury? That's
Raheem
the
Sterling
people who want to
already
come.
showed
That's the
it
people
doesn't
you
matter
want to
what form
play.
he's in, he can perform for
Ideally,
that.
you'd want to be in your best form, but what we're showing is that you
Thank
don't
you.
have to. But you
Thank
don't.
you.
But you don't have to. It's
You
not
don't think that's
cut and
going through
dry
a player's
like
mind? That I want to be in my best
Players
form
don't want to
going
get
into the World
injured.
Cup?
Don't worry about
For
best form.
Sterling as well, from his
I
past
feel like
history,
this
he
World
knows
Cup
he
will be
doesn't have to
players
be.
more trying to stay
He
fit in
didn't
November
that
than to play
season,
well.
and he was still
It's
one
gonna
of the
be- it's gonna
best
be mad
players
ups.
for England in that tournament.
We're
There'll
going to
be
get a
mad
bunch
upsets prior to the World Cup.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a bunch
You're
of
right.
weird
No
results.
player wants to be in their
We're gonna
best
watch
form.
them
They just
frustrate
want to just walk in and say, yeah, it's a World Cup.
But just as,
Matter of
again,
4
it's not as
years.
cut and dry as that. It's not simple as be in your best form or be in your worst form, and that defines what your performance is going to be in the tournament. It's not as cut and dry
I
as
didn't
that, bro.
say that. I said the player wants to be in their best form going in. Yes or no?
Now, if you're saying players in general, most
Yes.
likely. But again, you have to take context into account. And we've
No,
seen
you
with
don't.
yes, you do, because with Sterling's past, he hasn't performed in seasons leading up to tournaments and has still performed in the tournament.
I am not saying that.
So you
I'm
can
saying
look at it from a
his
different
mind,
perspective.
in his mind, as a top flight athlete, you always want to be in your best form going into a World Cup. That is
Club and country.
Yeah, no, I've already said that. I agree, but I'm saying in the idea of Sterling.
That's all I'm
it doesn't
saying.
have to be- But then, how have we got into the fact that, like, oh, okay, he didn't win England the Euros, so he had a poor Euros tournament. That's because he didn't have a lot of game time the season before.
I didn't say that either. I
But
just said
that's
I
what
rate
we
people
were
when they
debating
win,
about.
not when they lose.
But that's what we've probably just gone really far off topic with the whole subject. It's confusing me at
I
this
lost
point.
understanding what was.
We went from like
all I can say is
form leading
Russia
up to
played so
tournaments to
great in
who had the good
2018 World
tournaments.
Cup, but we didn't win a damn thing. But we played so fucking great. We punched way above our weight by kicking out Spain out of the tournament.
Alex, if you don't win it, it's not worth it, man.
Hey, you know what? Maybe I'm because I'm the oldest
I
person
tell
on
you
this
what,
panel.
man, in
But when I played sport, the object was to win, not tie, not play well, win the damn game.
Well, if
I
you
know,
play
but, like,
chess,
it's still
it's
possible to have
individual.
good
If you play
tournaments in
chess,
spite of winning.
that does the point. But if you do, if chess is team sport, that's different.
So team sports, the object is not to win the game.
Team sport is object to help the team.
To do what?
To win, but the team, not the individual.
That's the object is still to win. It's not
Yes.
to tie. It's not to lose. It's to win.
No, Jester.
It's not to say we punched above our
I tell you
weight.
what.
We're just saying past form in the
I tell
league
you what,
isn't going
for
to be
your sake,
correlating. to that.
let's
Did Crystal
just
Palace
drop
have a
it.
good Premier League season?
Huh?
Did Crystal Palace have a good Premier League season?
No.
Gotcha. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my
Gladly
Jester, I'm just trying to figure out what you're trying to say. So basically, you're saying that unless you win,
I think
you can't
we
have a
need to
good
drop
season.
that freaking
Yes.
point.
I just want to figure that. Is that what you're saying? Like, unless you win, then the individual ability doesn't come in. Is that the tone of what you're saying essentially? Am I wrong?
Well, why don't you go interview some athletes who were great and never won a damn thing, and you ask them if they would rather give up their stats for a ring?
But
I'll tell you what, they give up those stats for a ring.
But does it take away from the fact that they played well?
You think Charles
No,
Barkley
I
is a
think
rubbish NBA player?
So I'm just trying to figure out what you mean by this. Like, I'm not even trying to. I'm not
you
even
want
trying
to do
to rip on
Charles
you. I just want to know
Barkley?
what you're
We
saying.
can do this.
But he didn't win.
Charles Barkley will never be an elite because he never won a ring, and that's coming from NBA players.
Oh my God,
that's what NBA players say. So they would know more than you.
Does that mean Harry Kane will never be good?
Harry Kane will never be the man because he got nothing in his trophy cabinet.
Man.
Wow.
Costa Rica didn't have a good World Cup.
No.
You're right. They didn't win.
No, when you compare,
they didn't win. How dare they win a group with England, Italy, and Uruguay in it and get to the quarterfinals? They didn't fucking win. How dare they?
No.
I mean, I guess our levels are different. I only praise winning. You want to tie? You want to come in second best, third best, fourth best? That's a loser's mentality.
Yeah, how dare North Macedonia qualify for the Euros for their first time and not win? The nervous.
No, my only thing is like individuals can have good tournaments in spite of winning or losing, and it's also not directly their fault either if they don't win. You could be a brilliant player and be let down by players around you.
Yeah, but not every team is on the same level.
It doesn't take away from them as an individual.
Yeah, I'm sure Modric was really happy winning the Ballon d'Or over the World Cup. I'm sure that he thought those were equal.
Individual, yeah.
That's something. How you guys doing?
Big up Abdullahi.
Yeah, how you guys doing? I'm listening to what you guys are saying, but I think let me just kind of jump in. See, just at the differences. If you look at, I understand what you say, but you don't need to be
take care of it, miss.
Best form to kind of go in the World Cup. Because if you look at a player like Ronaldo, see, if Ronaldo is playing bad for United, he's gonna be the number one they're gonna call for Portugal because what he is the leader and he's the country captain, regardless of how bad he is. So the same thing goes to Raheem Sterling. We can put in Grealish, we can put in Mount, we can put in so many players. There is out there for me to trust Raheem Sterling. Knows that is my leader in my team. I'm gonna play regardless of the form he is. That's what I'm saying. If England want to go forward, I think Southgate needs to step down or you need to get sacked because you can't have a bunch of talented players in your team and you stick with the 3-4-3 formation. That does not work for you because that team can involve more with more than that formation. They can involve more. They can play much better. Yeah. There are more creativity in that team, like Sterling, Grealish, so many players in that team that can involve more better. Because I know very well that if you play more attacking, balanced team in terms of more flowing football, you see best of England. But Southgate is sticking to a back three which I'm like, what is going on with this man? Does he know what he's doing? So sometimes Raheem Sterling doesn't really need to be in the best possible form to be in the World Cup. As long as the manager trusts him to play, he will give his up because it's his country. He will surely give his up. I can understand you can also be in your best form to go into the tournament because sometimes if you're playing for a club level and the manager in the club is we don't trust you, I'm just going to put you on the bench. Going to the World Cup, you want to prove a point to the world and to the club that yes, you guys bench me in the club level, but in my country, I can show how good of a player I am. So it goes two ways. It's in between. It goes two ways. You can be on your best form going to the World Cup and become that best player, and also sometimes you don't really need to be on that much best form.
You're right. Players don't want to be in their best form. It doesn't matter. They're just going to waltz in there. It's lazy settings.
Yeah, they already made the squad pretty much. Some of those players.
Yeah.
So if it's lazy,
so what does it matter?
Just manager. We've said
just don't play until the World Cup. Just don't play a match to the World Cup because you'll walk right in and do fine.
But just when do you think they're going to announce the final squad?
We've said with Southgate he doesn't scout correctly and he just picks name values.
And that's why he's won nothing.
So Jester, the argument
I agree with you on that. I fully agree with you on that.
I'm just trying to figure out what the argument is. We shouldn't buy Sterling because of the World Cup, and he'll be disgruntled because he won.
No. It was what Sterling's ambition's gonna be.
I'm just waiting for that.
Is he gonna stay at Man City for the final year because they have a better chance of winning trophies, or would he join Chelsea because he's got more of a chance of regular game time?
Huh. Okay.
And then we're talking, and then it just delved into like, can you say you've had a good individual season if you've won something or not? It just completely.
But let me a little bit chip in that. I think the problem is the way Pep Guardiola plays is different than the way Thomas Tuchel plays. See, I've been saying it. The Johan Cruyff system that is being invented in Ajax. That is where Johan Cruyff. That is where Pep Guardiola. He wants to hold on to the ball. He wants to have the position. He wants to do everything around this midfield. That just hold on to the ball. My attacker must do this. The way Tuchel plays is different because Tuchel will tell you, I want to go all out, Gangan pressing the way Liverpool played the Gangan pressing system, but more of a possession. That's why I say if Sterling comes to Chelsea, he will have more playing time and will have more confidence in himself because he knows this is where I'm gonna play. I'm gonna have more playing time. You don't need to start holding on to the ball too much. Just play to the wings, maybe cutting or cross, and boom. He doesn't need to do too much because in Man City, he is doing too much because Pep is gonna be telling him, do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this. So, but Tuchel is not gonna tell him. Tuchel will just tell you, we know how good of a player you are. Just do your stuff on the pitch. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, really? You're gonna bring in Salah's season? Salah balled a lot of shit. They could have probably won the league if Salah would have balled out toward the end of the season. So no, Salah didn't have a good year.
Hey, but what makes you guys think that Sterling won't get game time? Even Abs was saying it.
I don't agree with that point. Like, I think he will get game time. Everybody will. There's 5 subs. There's like, like 25 matches scheduled and like
it's all cramped.
Weeks, some shit. Yeah. No, I think he will get game time wherever he goes.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think it's just game time. If game time's the issue, you got to look at what player's biggest motivation is. This is his probably last big contract. He gets 300k. Any club's going to ask him to take a pay cut because no one wants to pay 300k. If he comes to Chelsea and Lukaku leaves, it's going to be our highest paid player. So why would and Man City don't want to sell him to whichever club.
Get him for those wages if we get him for free. Then we'll understand the.
So guys,
and that's what I was going to get at because Chelsea could be talking to him now about at the end of the season about getting him on a free because Man City necessarily probably doesn't want to sell, but Chelsea would sign him on the similar wages on a free. Yeah. Obviously, they do that, and other clubs will do that.
Maybe. So I got to bounce. I get ready for a podcast. So just to give you an insight, I was raised, and people my generation were raised that winning was the only thing. If you came in second, you were first loser.
Yes,
winning,
sensei.
Period. That's it. And if that's not your mentality, then you'll never be elite at anything. You should always strive to win, not come in second or give it a good try. If you're just like, well, I gave it a good try, I gave it my best, you're a loser.
Wow.
That's all I got to say.
Wow. Hi, Jesters. It's always great having you on, my guy. Take care of yourself.
Later.
As always. Best blessed.
Levis. I just saw, maybe you need to check Fabrizio's tweet right now. I think they have Chelsea and Inter Milan have come to an agreement of 10 million plus add-ons for Romelu Lukaku. I think it might go maybe tomorrow or tonight. It might be accepted. They're just waiting.
I think they've been saying tomorrow for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. No, it just official. It's not official now. He said the 10 million plus add-ons have been agreed. They're just waiting on the ownership, the final green light for them to make it official.
Is that 10 million with him taking a wage cut?
Or yeah, 10 million plus add-ons loan with him taking a wage cut. So everything gonna maybe probably like 12 or 15.
Yeah. Someone's gonna check Fabrizio's tweet.
I just checked it now.
What's it saying?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, is that what he said? He said Chelsea and Inter Milan.
So Sterling is the first guy we buy, but not Dembele first.
He said more on the Lukaku. Talks are at final stage as reported today. As Chelsea told Inter Milan they are ready to accept the following condition: 10 million loan fee plus add-ons. Inter are just waiting for the owners to give the green light. That's it. That's what Fabrizio tweeted.
Okay, so yeah, I've heard as well. Inter Milan were willing to pay the full wages, which to me is like, perfect. There you go. Bye-bye. Fuck off.
Which is probably why the loan fee's a bit lower than
What's the loan fee rumored at?
10 million euros, which should be about 7 to 8 million pounds.
Like 75 or 70 million euros.
Bye-bye.
Then go. I'll take it.
If they willing to take all of those fat wages, good. That's all we need to worry about.
Fine, man. But as far as like this whole Sterling conversation, people in the chat, this all started because we were trying to make the point in England's scenario, in their unique scenario, it doesn't really matter if you're one of Southgate's favorites, how you're playing for your club. That's kind of all we were saying. And like, should it be that way? That's an entirely different conversation. This is not.
That's why.
Go ahead. I was going to say real quick, this isn't me defending how Southgate does things. I think he's a shit manager.
He's corrupt.
Exactly.
If any of you watch the content on Sarcasm City, you know how I feel about it, man. Like,
yep.
I'm just saying that's how it works.
Exactly, and that's what I was saying also. England had in my memory, England had the two really good teams, and both those teams had the shitty managers. They could have won something during those years, and it's exactly what's gonna happen now because we're gonna have a shitty manager that does not play to the strength of the team, but based on how he feels. That's it.
Yeah, he didn't pick Trent. And he eventually chose Trent and then got lucky
because of media pressure. He picked Grealish because of media pressure.
He kept picking Rashford after last season's terrible.
He definitely has his favourites, yeah.
And it's interesting. All managers do. All managers have their favourites. Now, he wasn't a big player. There was a reason. I don't know why. There's reasons why, like Michael Carrick and Gareth Barry, were never chosen for England all that time during their years. It's just it's one of those. It's weird. It's something about
it only happens here though, Andrew. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like, why aren't you picking these players? You know, why isn't obviously not this season? Why doesn't like Danny Ings get more of a go in an England team? It's just one of those. You never get.
As far as a potential Sterling move to Chelsea at some point over the next 12 months, guys, it is important. The final of the World Cup is on December 18th.
Yeah.
There's a January window, right? We can say
That's what I'm saying.
City are going to let their assets go for a premium, right? That makes sense. I hear it. But if the situation between Sterling and Manchester City is to a point where he's definitely not going to extend under any circumstance, and City do the proactive thing that we always lament our club for not doing in terms of finding somebody to come in before like a person goes out, bringing in recruitments before you're selling people, like how Liverpool did with Nunez and Mane. If they do the proactive thing, they might be in a position where they don't need a Sterling in January. Right?
Well, you obviously think they don't, right? Because obviously they've got Haaland coming in, and there's big rumors they're going to give Alvarez more of a chance this season as well. So
I think he's going
two
on one.
spots. The first spot's already gone in the attack. That's Haaland's. And his backup's there as well in Alvarez.
Yeah.
But that's the whole situation. Everybody knows that what's his name? That everybody does not play first year good with Pep. There's evidence of
That's why it's more likely Grealish starts on the left next season.
No.
Yeah.
But I don't think Grealish will ever play good with that team. I think he's gonna be the flop. I think he's gonna be the flop. But
interesting.
That's my point. Like how you can put all the eggs in your basket with all those new players that you know that you have a guy that can make you. So I don't think Sterling. To be fair, if I am Sterling, I am moving nowhere. I'm sitting collecting my 300K. I know I can challenge Grealish for that spot, and I definitely can challenge anybody else for that spot.
Because. But he's not playing enough though. I think Peter, you hit it right. But like, what I gotta say is just this: with Sterling, it comes down to this. He wants to play more football, right? He's in the prime of his career. He can get more football elsewhere. Why is he going to stay where he's going to be challenged, like for minutes all the time? And then on top of that, in your World Cup year, and then on top of that, when you think of,
I can answer you because it's only for 1 year.
It doesn't matter how many years it is. Like, this is an important year for him, right?
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Couch. What do you think chances of winning a championship league? Which only medal that he doesn't have? City, stay in the City, play time to time, or Chelsea play all the time?
Yeah, but like, I don't think that's all what it all comes down to. It's not always about like winning the Champions League.
That's what I think. I think that's the main reason.
So he's going to come to Chelsea. He wants to play football. That's what it comes down to.
He needs to play football.
No, I think it's very money motivated first.
Exactly.
So how do we know that? So why wouldn't he stay?
How do we know that then?
I think he's staying. I think he's going to see out his last contract.
The reason why they're moving him right now is because they know they can get something for him. Like,
I'm saying he's not going to move and see out his season.
You got the perfect sentence, Couch.
Right.
They tried to move him, not him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they're the ones that push him.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
Pep does not push anyone out the door unless you want to go. That's how Pep operates. He's like, "Oh, you want to leave? Goodbye."
No,
he did the same thing to Sony.
Yeah, but it might not be Pep. It might be
goodbye. That's what he does every time.
He did the same thing
with Sane. He did it with the kid that went to Barcelona just recently. Like, he does it all the time.
Yeah, but Cash, this might be you know, on the upper side.
Declare, are you willing to bet that he's going to stay? You think that he's going to stay at City this year?
I have a question.
If I was him, I'd see out my contract and get to choose where I want to go.
I'm asking you if you're going to bet me right now that he's going to stay at City this year.
I have a question, real quick. Can anyone think of any player Pep has let go in his 6 years at Manchester City that like we've read or has been reported he's like hands over fist not wanted to leave?
None.
There's like
Mahrez,
maybe Aguero because he was crying about it. I don't know.
Aguero,
Mahrez signed for
Sterling a
City,
couple of years ago.
No, he's talking about leaving, not joining.
No, leave. I'm saying have.
And I'm answering leaving. Sterling couple
I
of
think
years
both
ago.
the Silvers.
Yeah.
Mahrez is still there.
Okay, so David Silva, that's a good one.
Mahrez wanted to leave earlier.
I think
there.
Gundogan wants to go now too. But these are like players on the decline and think they can't perform. So like Silva was old enough, yeah.
Because my point is like, there's got to be some sort of merit in like, yeah, Sterling is probably looking elsewhere because it's very rare that players enter the final year of their contract at Manchester City and aren't either sold before then or there's an extension around the corner.
Or can I ask you a question? Do you think it's because he, for example, do you think that they want him out because Pep doesn't want him, or because Pep pushing him because he doesn't want to resign a contract?
I think it's more. Possible. I think it's more the second. Most importantly,
so why didn't he want to sign a contract?
Most importantly, I think Sterling.
Did they offer him one?
I think Sterling just wants something different, guys. Yeah. He's been there for 7 years. He's been there a long time.
But why wouldn't you want to stay at City?
Why wouldn't he want to stay at City?
Because that's my thinking.
Why do we keep talking about this? He wants to play more. Jesus,
like, we see players do this though. Like we've seen players walk away from that Barca dynasty while Pep was there. We saw Toni Kroos
did Silva did the same thing? Did Silva did the same thing?
What's up?
Did Silva did the same thing last transfer window? End up staying.
Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo Silva. Talking about leaving because I mean, it was reported that he's homesick. I don't know how real that is.
Oh, he was pushing for the move.
But
he was pushing for the move, but he ended up
staying.
Though,
did he? Pep got him to stay. So
no, because the person that we're after didn't come.
Alex, real quick, my point is, for somebody like Sterling, he's been there 7 years. He's spent a large portion of his life in that environment. He's worked with Pep for the last 6. He just might want something different.
I agree with you.
This is what I can't grasp. Sterling's in his peak. How many games did he play last season? To me, I think he played a lot of them.
Good.
Right,
for Man City.
Declared Haaland's coming in and Alvarez is coming in. They weren't there last season, so his appearances might be limited even more.
And Sterling didn't play that much in the middle, though, did he?
No, he didn't.
I know he has played the false 9 at times.
But the thing is, that's two places gone, one starting and one on the bench, right? Like
you've also got Mahrez. You've also got Mahrez, Foden, and
Bernardo can play in the front field.
Well, I'm not even.
Is this true? This says he played 30 games, 12 Champions League games.
Or maybe they're pushing him out because they're running into the FFP problem. They have to sell.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe not.
So that's what I'm saying. That's my
so
my
then
question.
It's not on Sterling.
Because Sterling wants to leave, or because Klopp pushing him.
It could be anything.
It could be a mixture of both, but like my point is,
there's no smoke without fire, is there?
He's at his age in his career. He might look like, you know what, guys? I'm tired of playing football up north. I want to go play somewhere else.
He was born in London. I think people forget that.
Look, man.
I was born in Jamaica.
It's not about sentimentals.
Okay, Couch, he's going back to Jamaica then.
I would love that, man.
When he was born in Jamaica, when he first came here, he was from London. He came to London.
Homesick, though.
Listen, we know every time a player is after extension, transfer rumors come out too. So he could be looking for a better contract at Man City, and that's why all the transfer deals are out. But if he wants to, if it's up to really him, and it's all about the contract and how much he's going to get, because Man City don't want to give him the same wages, plus Man City won't give him the option to go whichever club he wants to go, then he would want to see out his season and just go on a free. So, but if it's Man City that has to balance the book and get rid of him, he also still holds the power of where he wants to go, and that are they going to threaten him to just keep him on the bench? Plus, you're right, Andrew, that those two players are coming in, but they still haven't won the spots yet. And Sterling's still a big player. So he hasn't lost his spot, even though 2 players are coming in and they haven't told him he's going to lose his position.
He sort of has, because he was in and out last season. You say the appearances, but how many were starting and how many were sub on the appearances? Because I bet you a lot were sub on the appearances.
People just say appearances and don't take into the fact starts in a minute.
Take into the appearance. I think he played like 40 something games. How many?
There was a lot of starts, and he was like probably the first taken off. There's quite a bit more, 70 minutes, 80 minutes.
And I bet you there was a lot of coming on the pitch appearances as well. The thing is, it's like
I could do a quick count if you want me to.
Do it. I do. But the thing is, though, it's like why is it so hard to believe that what Peter just said? He just maybe wants to change.
No. I know, but are we sure that he wants to stay?
Because it's Man City. That's why.
Are we sure?
The same can be said for Mane. What about Mane then? Why is Mane leaving Liverpool?
Man?
Because they wouldn't give him
he won everything.
They wouldn't give him the money he wanted.
Well, hang on then. Why did
everything in England? That's what my question. If Sterling wants to different challenge, why is it Why is it England? That's my.
We're only going off the news that Chelsea have linked with him today.
What I'm saying, like,
no one else has been heavily linked with him like we have.
No other European.
And the reason why I think that is, I think it's actually City that pushing him out more than he wants, because it's only one-way report.
Well, that I could actually believe, because I know he was meant to be involved in the Harry Kane deal last season, and he weren't happy as a result of that. He was one of the 3 players that was meant to be putting the money plus cash deal.
He was in line to go to Arsenal in the Alex Sanchez transfer in 2017. So they tried to sell him that way. They tried to put him in that deal. They tried to get him in the next deal.
I think Chelsea's the only London club he'd accept to go to, because we're the only serious one.
Yeah,
okay,
but he's the only one and he would start for us as well.
I don't think I don't think players getting fatigued by like the way Manchester City are run in that environment after 7 years is a bad thing or like something we should be skeptical of. He's been there a long time, guys. He might just want something different.
He might.
I agree in a lot of circumstances, and that happens. But how do you go from Man City, which is probably considered one of the best, to a change? Do you know what I mean? Usually it happens. I do agree with you in a different teams, if you're in a different team, but it's so hard to go from Man City, who are peaking at the moment.
It's hard to walk away from City. Like I kind of get it, but like we've seen people walk away from Pep and like that pressure and like just those places. There's just a general fatigue that happens. And if Sterling's being put in swap deals every couple years for elite players relative to him, then like I could see it, man. Fuck it. Like
but then the motivation isn't about the team and stuff. It's probably outside, like financial reasons or maybe.
What's wrong with
if it's financial reasons, he'll be on the same wage.
Nothing wrong with that. That was the point I started the whole Sterling argument with.
Hey,
I don't think he joined Chelsea on those wages, though.
I don't know, but it depends. He might be less.
It's a lot.
It might be bonus.
Yeah, he probably
less bonus laden. That's what it might
if it's bonuses, then cool, because that means he has to be reaching those targets, aka trophies. I say if he wins us the Premier League, I don't care if he gets a bonus. If he wins the Champions League, I don't care if he gets a bonus. We've won the big trophy.
I see Chelsea paying those wages when we get him on a free. I don't think Man City are going to give us a cheap chance for a fee.
But if we have to pay, he won't be on those numbers. Chelsea, we've made some stupid decision. We're not going to bring in Sterling on 300k a week. No chance. He will have to take a pay cut.
The thing is,
I wouldn't pass that beside Chelsea on any circumstances.
You say about
I wouldn't 100% put it past
I will
them,
see
but...
Chelsea selling Lukaku from 300 and step in another shit and pay Sterling 300.
If we sell the Aryan-looking German guy, I'm all for giving Sterling that 300k.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you.
Wait, which one?
Oh, Werner.
Plus you say
one is an Aryan.
Werner is on 270.
If we sell the Aryan-looking man, I'm all for giving Sterling 300k.
Timo needs to go.
City sell every summer to balance.
He doesn't have a motorcycle, Peter.
They're just like every other club, City. They sell. So it doesn't matter who.
No, but here's the thing, like everyone's saying, when's Werner leaving?
Like
there's a big chance Werner stays because of the wages. Like, who's going to give him 260?
There's no links to Werner leaving.
Werner's a harder sell than Lukaku, 100%.
Yeah, Fato, that's my response to Werner staying for another year. I can't lie.
Exactly, that's the only reason why he's here, man.
He's only here because of the wages.
I'll say this:
bigger chance-
Werner is the hardest person to shift on his current contract.
But there's a bigger chance of
He's the most difficult one.
Werner leaving in a swap deal than someone paying.
That's why there's more chance of Ziyech
Not
leaving.
really, because they still have to pay that contract.
No. Because they only have to pay the contract and not a transfer fee. So there's a bigger chance of a swap deal for Werner than actually someone paying us for it.
That kid
You know
never
what?
had
Just
the
like
good
50
internet
million
service.
plus
Always
Werner for a
kick-
certain player.
I mean, I don't see that
Possibly.
happening, but that's probably the quickest way you get rid of Werner. if
But
you do a
Lewis,
swap.
I heard the news that if
Imagine putting Werner in City's
if
tiki-taka
Tuchel is
system, that would
interested
be a
in
lot.
Christopher Nkunku, we might do a swap deal with Leipzig for you to.
And Nkunku, Bundesliga tax scares the fuck out of me. If it gets Werner out the door, I'll take the
Yeah,
risk.
I think Nkunku is a baller. I think is a better player than.
Yeah, I know, but like everyone looks like a baller in the Bundesliga. That's why I don't only want to
Hey,
take
big
it.
allegations next season, Lewis, man.
I'll swap.
I'm sure he's probably
Werner
better than
for
Werner.
Sane any day. Werner.
But I will do
double.
something. Maybe I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with it. I will test AC Milan's. I will test their mind.
What, Leo?
Rafael Leao and give them Timo Werner.
That won't happen. You know that, man. That's the biggest asset.
Why are we operating from a place where we think Milan don't want to be a good club?
No. I'm saying I will test their mindset and their mentality.
I think they'll just accept Werner.
I think they would declare war on the nation of England, and that would launch a third world war.
Easy,
Like,
relax,
we're not
relax.
giving. Werner
I'm just.
I get Werner to spearhead their attack. We'll be fine.
By the way, I think Timo Werner is more the guy that will accept a pay cut and go somewhere else because he's young that actually wants to play.
Mhm.
I think he will accept a pay cut to go somewhere where he will be main person.
Yeah,
which I
He has time enough to get another bump.
I don't think it's gonna be that kind of different. Kind of
Werner's
difficult.
25 now. 25
because
years old.
Bayern Munich already
Yeah.
get.
Let's say
or
he
26.
moves,
Fatih?
if he moves and he performs for 2 years, he could get a big contract again.
Wait, did
Yeah, that's what I'm
Werner
saying.
sign a 5-year
So, for
contract?
example, if he's on 270 now, he will go somewhere for 150, for example. It take him
Oh,
150.
Easy.
Easy.
It depends-
So,
it
yeah,
depends how badly-
he can, you see, I will accept him taking a more pay cut than Sterling. Sterling will not
It
take
depends
a
how badly Timo Werner wants to get away. from
Exactly.
himself.
Same thing when
I
people
don't
were
think he
spitting in
does.
my face when I said Lukaku is not going to be playing. The Lukaku deal can be worked on as long as Lukaku wants to push for the transfer. Everybody, no, we just have to gonna take a 90 million loss. No, you don't. No, you don't.
No,
There's
players-
a
that's
way
the one
you can
thing.
structure the sale to recuperate those money. It's just is Lukaku willing? Because for example, if Lukaku will on any circumstances will say I'm staying on the bench and get paid like Ozil did, like Aubameyang did, then we cannot sell him. You see what I'm saying? But only if Lukaku
As
wants.
long
Same
as-
with Timo Werner.
As long as players are unhappy in their current environment and want to play somewhere else, if they want to do it badly enough, they will do whatever they have to make
Exactly.
it happen. We can all have.
And he's already done it too when he moved from Man City to Inter.
Yeah,
he took a basic pay cut.
We
Manchester
can all
United,
have
not City.
the negative opinions about Lukaku, and they're justified, right? But one thing we can't say is we can't deny he wants to get the fuck out of here. We
Yeah.
can feel how we want to about it, but he doesn't want to fucking.
That documentary was.
He's
the sign.
burning the bridge. He's trying to rebuild the boat so he can sail off the fucking island, man. Like he's out of here.
Yeah, but he's not.
That's
he's
why
not
it's the
sold-
easiest
he's
deal
not
to
sold
do.
on playing football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like if it's with Werner, I haven't seen it reported, but I would guess he still thinks he can.
I think it's a domino effect with Werner. The minute somebody living in Germany, that's a domino effect with Werner. Immediately.
Or maybe
It'd be
the players that
interesting
come in.
It'd be interesting if Lewandowski leaves.
I think.
What, you actually
You
think
see-
that Bayern are going to be interested in?
I
Werner?
don't
When
know, I
Lewandowski
don't
gets
know.
some balls and speaks to
just
them
that-
English,
The only reason
yeah.
because
Let me
of
say
the
something,
coach.
guys. Let me say something. I think the
Dortmund are
problem
out
with it
because
is
of the wages and
no.
they're about to buy,
Borussia Dortmund has
they're
already
about to
signed a
buy
replacement
Sebastian
already
Haller
for Haaland.
to 30
He is
quid, so-
Sebastian Haller is the replacement for.
Wait. Haller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sebastian
that's
Haller.
why-
Yeah, so let's go to Dortmund then.
He's going to Borussia
That's going to
Dortmund.
be their.
Yeah.
33 M's. Yeah, they're not getting
I think,
burned.
and also, I think
So they're not
if
paying
Robert
for it.
Lewandowski,
Another-
I think because of Nagelsmann that is in Bayern Munich, man, that he might
Yeah,
request for Timo
Nagelsmann's
Werner.
the big
He might
player
request
there.
for Timo Werner because it's Nagelsmann, and Nagelsmann can work with him before. I will be like,
Listen,
big.
Another
wouldn't be
player
surprised.
that live in Bayern Munich, people keep forgetting. Is it going to be one more player that, beside Lewandowski, is definitely for sale?
And start Gnabry.
Gnabry, exactly.
Yeah, it's
and that
living,
will
bro.
open a spot for a Timo Werner if he really, really wants to.
Yeah, I do a swap deal right now for that. That's right.
Yeah, because
not Gnabry,
Cash
not
money,
Gnabry.
cash
I
money.
will do Sane. I will do with
Yeah,
my
Yeah,
yeah.
Sane would be.
Sane would be better than Sterling. in
No.
my opinion,
Sane will stay,
Yeah,
and Gnabry
I
will go
think
because
so
they
as
have
well.
Kingsley Coman playing and he's been fit. So that was
yeah,
the reason
but that's
they
where
bought-
money goes.
I would take Sane.
That,
I
no,
can't
the
see
reason they
Sane
bought
trying
Mane
to
is
leave
because
Germany after
Robert
forcing.
Lewandowski
Yeah,
wants to leave.
I don't see that either.
So they might be able to
What'd you
put
say,
Mane
Pete?
as a centre forward, or it might play as a winger. It depends on how they want to use him. Though.
Gnabry's
What'd
the
you say,
obvious
Pete,
one
about
because he's
Sane?
just turned down a contract.
Alex, is there any way you can see Sane in a rush to move back to England after trying to burn everything and leave to go back to Germany like years ago?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
That was
Maybe
a, no, that
because
was a problem.
City
with
wouldn't let
Pep.
him go
It wa-
anywhere
yeah,
in
it
City.
wasn't. It wasn't.
I mean,
it
in
wasn't
England.
that. It was exactly what Jester said. The World Cup year, and he wasn't the starter for the Germany. He couldn't stand Pep. Those two got far. Those two
That
got
guy's
in the
ego is
fight.
a massive ego. He's got a massive ego.
Yeah,
That's
he
what it
does
comes
got
down to.
massive ego, but I'm saying it.
Sane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's not many people that want to work with a guy like that, to be honest.
I'll work
But-
with him. Fuck it.
I'll work
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, you would work with him, yeah, but you
Hey,
don't have to deal with the
going from
personality types
Lukaku to Sane, I'll take the chances.
on FIFA, you know.
I'll work with him in real life, brother.
Yeah, on
He's here
FIFA.
with-
No.
But like,
Seriously,
in terms of,
seriously,
like, player
seriously.
relations, like,
Who?
it's-
No, seriously. Who
it's a
would
very
you check?
difficult guy
Sane
to
or
work with.
seriously? Who would you check? Sane or Sterling?
Sane.
Oh, Sane, 100%.
Sane all day. He's a bad player.
I love Sterling, but let's be serious.
Yeah, on form, Sane is a bad player.
Sane's younger than Sterling, yeah, by a couple of years.
Yeah, way younger.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
that was the problem
There you
with
go.
with Pep. With
So
Pep
guys,
that-
Alex.
Did Sane follow up with Pep though?
Sorry for coming in.
Yes.
I think-
Yeah, we did.
This is the
We
problem
did.
now.
It
Man
wasn't.
City- I think Man City
did.
wants to raise money for
Right,
both
after look,
Gabriel
I
Jesus
thought
and
Sane's 2017,
Raheem
18,
Sterling.
he was a great season.
Because
You know,
the Madrid
Sane's
said
only
that
1 year younger
they have
than
agreed
Sterling.
to
He's only
sell
1 year younger.
50 million to
Only
Arsenal
one,
for
yeah.
Gabriel Jesus.
26, yeah.
So I think Sterling might also go to. I don't know how much, but I think it might go to.
Who's Abdullah talking to?
Oh, I said Dimaggio just tweeted. I said Arsenal have
Martial.
accepted Man City's offer for Gabriel Jesus for 15 million.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Fab said that.
yeah, Dimaggio just tweeted that now. So I think
I mean, they literally used Chelsea to keep the 50 million price tag on him.
on him, and I think that
Well,
will
literally
also
use
go
us.
for Raheem Sterling because I think they want to sell both of them to raise money. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but they will. And Raheem Sterling wants to leave too, so it's probably gonna be like maybe 50, 45 something. Chelsea might just stick to 35 with add-ons if they win the UCL. Maybe that will work with Man City. Maybe 35 with maybe 20, 15, 10 add-ons. Winning the UCL, maybe that could work also. Man City
Wait,
could
for
take
who?
that. For Raheem Sterling, that could work. Maybe
Wait,
35.
how much?
Maybe 35 plus maybe 10 or 15 add-ons if you want to maybe
I
win
think
the
40, I
UCL.
think 45 will do it.
For who?
Raheem Sterling.
Sterling.
Guys, it depends on the wages. That's a
True.
last year contract, man.
Yeah, that's true. It depends.
I don't think it'll.
First
take
of all,
45
I
ends,
really
man.
don't care. It's upgrade to what we have,
Yes.
and it's not my money. But at the end of the day, we're gonna cry about the same thing. Somebody is gonna have to renew the contract, right? Someday, James is gonna renew the contract. Mount's gonna have to renew the contract, and when we're gonna see somebody on it like Timo Werner wages or Sterling wages, what do you think James is gonna ask next? Like, I'm so baffled when people
Oh, it's a
saying
bump.
it's irrelevant.
It's a bump.
It's a
bump.
very
It's a
it's
bump.
irrelevant how much we pay. But when it comes to the players that you really care about, and they ask for the like, do you remember how much? What's his name? Oh man, what's his name? Rudiger. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Fata screaming in my
Back
ears.
man, back away.
Fata,
from the mic,
bro,
scream.
you gotta turn. I'll turn your mic down.
What I'm saying, like Rudiger, like remember what was Rudiger's things, like, and we cannot match it when you have Timo Werner on a 270.
No, but
That's
the thing
the
was,
same effect. It's
Timo is on 275. Kante is on 290. Timo is our superstar. He deserves 350k per
Let me
week.
introduce you to class ref. Just mute your
Excuse
mic
me?
and
Like, has any Chelsea player ever scored 27 goals and assists on their debut season? No. Has any Chelsea player literally scored 2 goals against Italian national team? No. Has any player scored 3 goals against Madrid? No. So shut up. Timo Werner is the main guy. Timo Werner is the main guy. Mason Mount is the main guy. Kai Havertz, Pulisic, Ziyech, you're rotational. You are interchangeable. You are not worthy to be on the first team. If Raheem Sterling comes, I'm glad he's going to come because he's going to be really amazing on the left side. Then Timo Werner can play number 9. And then Dembele comes, I'll be really happy. He can play on the right side, left side, whatever. And then Mason Mount, I want that guy in our team because he runs a lot, like a whatever, you know. And Timo Werner finally can play at the number 9 position. Kai Havertz is a child. No, he's a kid. He's a kid. He's not gonna do nothing special.
Wait. Classic, like, excuse me, superstar Timo
Abdullah, it's class ref. We just let him talk. Just wait until he needs oxygen, and then we can speak.
Wait. Have you actually just sit down and watched the way Kai Havertz play football and compare him to Tino? That you don't do that.
Look. That's what triggers people. Just let him talk. Let him run out of
oxygen. I can't lie. Yeah. I've already said
when he runs out of oxygen, then we can
let him go. Let him get it all out, man. And then we'll continue.
Timo Werner is an absolute fire of a striker. I didn't want to Lukaku because I wanted to tell people like, look at Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. They're not good enough. The first season, Timo Werner had to struggle a lot because of Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. They're not active. They are more reactive. Kai Havertz is a guy that doesn't grab the game from the scruff of his neck, and that's the problem with him. Look at his goal against Newcastle. It was very reactive because he has to score it. But when it comes to big matches, you need players like Mason Mount and Timo Werner. I'm not a big fan of Mason Mount, but as a false head, in attacking rather than central mid, I prefer Mason Mount. So for me, Mason Mount and Timo Werner. One more thing. Lampard dropped Kai Havertz in the early signing. He dropped him for 7-8 games. Then Tommy Tuchel dropped Havertz many times, and now Hansi Flick is dropping Kai Havertz. There's smoke without no fire. So Kai Havertz for me is a rotational. The status Alex is giving is just out of a hate that he's going to be a number 9 next season. He's a fucking rotational player. For me, Pulisic, Ziyech, and Kai Havertz, they are in the same boat. You keep bringing Kai Havertz into like the main guys. I find it really funny. Like, why are you saying that thing? It doesn't make any sense, does it? Like, 3 managers have dropped Kai Havertz many times.
The irony.
I mean, you know what the maddest thing is? The maddest thing is, until we get to Timo Werner, he's not even saying a lot of bad points.
See,
but it's just as soon as we get to Werner, we just go.
But no, that's what I mean.
Timo Werner. The reason you're not understanding Timo Werner because we got Lukaku. I wanted Lukaku, but I didn't want it this season because I wanted to tell people Kai Havertz is a problem.
You ain't right on Werner.
Yeah. I'm surprised you still got your camera on, Fato. Really.
No, the Timo Werner. If he was so shit, listen, 27 and goals and assists. Name me a single Chelsea debut player who has scored 27 goals and assists.
What is in Bundesliga?
Eden Hazard got 37 in his first season.
On his first, he got like 40. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
These
Bro,
are
what we doing here?
And then the second season, when Werner had very limited game time due to injuries and COVID and everything, he still
You just said
that second leg to bring in somebody,
you just said name the players that scored more than 40 goals a season, and everybody named you one. So you jump into the next.
I'm telling you, he's on that level. I'm telling you that. Listen, Alex, listen. First, you need to say happy Father's Day to me.
Oh, you wanked into the. How you can have a.
You haven't said happy Father's Day to me all day, and I'm waiting for it to start. Listen. Your Lukaku theory went wrong. Your Havertz theory is about to go wrong. Raheem Sterling, I think I would love Raheem Sterling. He's an absolute amazing player. I think he's a top 3 player in the Premier League. I don't know if he's going to come to us or not, but he.
Wait, where's
Sorry?
Is Werner also in your top 3?
I'm talking about Premier League players, top 3 Premier League players. Werner, it's actually
top 3 are Werner.
No. I'm talking about Premier League. I'm not talking about
I know what you're
everything.
talking about. Is Werner in your top 3?
I'm talking about no. Werner is not top 3 Premier League player. It's a very dumb question, Petros. I don't expect that from you. I'm talking about Premier League the all-time top players: Kane, Raheem Sterling, and who's the other guy? Mo Salah. These are the 3 guys. I would love to have Raheem Sterling because it would expose like Havertz. It would expose Havertz. Havertz should have been exposed this year, but because of Lukaku, he survived, right? Next season,
no one survived this season. Nobody survived this season.
But Havertz did survive.
We got them all on fraud watch. They're all on fraud watch. Some of them have already failed.
But Lukaku scored 14 goals and Havertz scored how many?
Show me
altogether?
Proof, show me proof that you have that you favor.
Whoa. Let's not
all right, okay, guys, I'm not getting personal. Bro, take care.
Yeah, no.
Take care, bro. I gotta go. But listen, Timo Werner and Mason Mount, these are the guys Tuchel love. Tuchel will do anything to keep these 2 guys. I don't care about. Listen, for Werner, listen, he need to have a fresh breath of air. Go outside. Stop listening to people, children who go hurt from. Listen, the Werner hate is coming from Tammy Abraham. Listen, Tammy Abraham left because of Havertz, not because of Werner. Listen, Werner is a very good. No. Tammy left because of Havertz, not because of Werner. Because Werner was on number 9, and he still was playing on the left side and right side.
Werner were playing in the number 9, and both were better.
Havertz was getting dropped. Lampard dropped
Havertz.
Havertz.
With reality and Chelsea history, because you've proven it. Tammy left because we weren't going to pay him the wages because Hudson-Odoi was on. So that's why
because of Havertz. Because of Havertz. Havertz was taking his place. No.
Again, you're wrong.
How are you putting against each other?
No. Werner didn't do any. Werner came to London because of Kai Havertz. Listen. Pulisic was really a good player before Havertz. Pulisic was a really good player before Havertz. Everything happened because of. Listen, Pulisic was firing. I'll tell you the honest thing. Pulisic was firing before Havertz came into our team. Ziyech was brilliant player before Havertz, right? And Werner was firing for Leipzig and for Germany before Havertz. Havertz is a fucking main problem.
Havertz hardly played the first.
Lukaku was firing before Havertz.
Let me ask you a question. Classic.
See, if his points weren't so wild, I'd actually be listening. But you go to the answer, and everything building up to it is just crazy.
Wasn't Pulisic a good player before Havertz? Hudson-Odoi was an absolute amazing player before Havertz came into our team.
No. Classic. This is where we are making a mistake. I have watched Timo Werner play in RB Leipzig and Germany.
Right. Okay. If listen, there's a problem with Havertz. Listen, Tommy Tuchel, right? A lot of time he does follow up this substitution system. He does, right? A lot of time, right? He does follow that. When somebody is injured, he will come slowly into the substitution, and then he'll play first team. If somebody has a bad game, he will go to substitution, and the next guy who had a bad game before it, then will come and then. But for Kai Havertz, he changed it. Because he favored Kai Havertz, right? And that's the reason he lost the Champions League. Because Pulisic, Werner, and Mason Mount should have started that game.
What did you just say? I don't understand what you just said.
Listen, there's a system there's a system.
Now would have made a difference in the game.
Havertz gets a lot of favor from fans plus Tuchel. And that sometimes hurts other players.
And Werner doesn't.
Werner doesn't. because Werner is willing. Werner is willing to be subbed according to the game against because he's really fast.
Remember when that guy grabbed the mic and said, "Werner, get out, you're shit." He was right. Werner should have got out. We defended Werner because we were high.
Werner is right. Lewis, he was right.
Correct.
One of the worst players.
Yeah, if Werner was one of the worst players, listen, Andrew, go back to April. Go back to April. You were praising Werner. Oh, I was so wrong. Oh, I was so wrong. Werner is scoring against Madrid, against Southampton, against Arsenal. I was so wrong. And as soon as April went off, right? As soon as May came, you stopped saying, "Oh, Werner is bad. Werner is bad. Same agenda. Same agenda."
What? Werner have in his
Lewis,
career?
can you mute Krasov? Because I was just.
Klasrev, one sec. Just want to hear from Andrew quickly. Go on, Andrew. What are you saying?
Krasov, I am fair and praised Werner for those performances at that time. Okay. Also, if you had been listening and not receiving messages from your home planet at the time, I told you, and all the people that were saying give Werner one more season because he had 3 good games, that he was gonna go back to his normal performances, which he did. Werner is one of the worst players to ever play football and play for Chelsea. He kicked a corner flag, bro. He kicked a corner flag, yeah? He is rubbish. You know nothing of Chelsea. You know nothing of football. And you back Werner is one of the worst takes I've ever heard. When you don't speak about Werner, you make great points. But as soon as Werner is involved, your credibility is shot. So I praise Werner for those performances at that time. I didn't say I was wrong. He was talking all throughout that when he was on mute, you know. Just so you know. He was talking all throughout that.
Go on, Klasov. What were you saying?
Werner has done everybody. Werner has done Giroud. Werner has done Tammy. Werner has done now Lukaku. The next target is Kai Havertz. Bring it on. Bring it fucking on. I'm here. Bring Kai Havertz on. I'm going to tell you how shit Kai Havertz is. Bring it on.
Hey, how are they going to play together in the
I
World
can
Cup?
depend on Mason Mount. I can depend on Timo Werner. Kai Havertz, you can fuck off. 72 million.
Mr. Klasov, hold on.
He cleared the ball off his own. Of the own
Werner was a problem. Finishing was a problem. Finishing was a problem.
Can I be in the middle, please, and just say, can we get rid of them both? Can we get rid of them both?
You can't listen. Werner is Germany number 9. He Hansi Flick lost that guy. Tuchel lost. He's gonna be number 9.
How many
He's not even starting for Germany. What are you talking about?
Classic. I got a question for you. Can I go ahead?
No. How many Premier League goals in his career does he even have? Do you know?
I can tell you right now, right? Listen.
Werner has like 9.
One number answer.
He's got like 9
Probably
or 10.
9 and 10 out of 30
like
games he started.
Werner has 10 Premier League goals, guys. Take out Southampton, the most Bundesliga team in the Premier League, and he has 5.
He has about 3.
He has 5.
Big deal. Because I'll tell you why. Because he was doing a lot of running.
No, I'll
he
tell
was
you why.
doing a lot of running. He was doing. Listen. Premier League is not. Listen. Premier League is not easy. Premier League is not easy. You need Gundogan in your team. You need players. You can't do it with Kai Havertz. Can you? Can you?
Callum Wilson can do it for Newcastle. Werner can't. I feel it, man.
Listen. You can't do. Listen, Premier League. You can't do Premier League without good players. You can't do it with Kai Havertz.
Take a shot every time Klasov says listen. On my life, you'll be wasted.
Bro, you said good players and you're back to
You keep on talking about Premier League. We won our. Listen, we ended up in 4th because of our defense. There's no way. Listen, listen, Premier League, you need players. You need Hoffmans. You need Gundogans. You need fucking Bernardo Silva. We don't have that. Kovacic is not even creative. Kovacic is not even creative.
Here's the problem with
Kovacic is not even creative.
It's easy.
So how are we going to do it at this stage?
It's easy. I tell you how. Sell Werner versus how many people we need to buy to please Werner? It's cheaper to get rid of Werner than buy all the players to play Werner.
Listen, that guy has Pep Guardiola on his phone speed dial. That guy, he is very respectful. He has Pep Guardiola on his speed dial. Listen. Pep cheated with Raheem Sterling 2 years ago when he wanted Werner. He texted Werner, "Can you come?" But Werner said, "No, Howard's family won't be in London," so he came to London. That guy has modesty.
That's a lie.
Can you let me
You're just
see
lying.
That's not a lie.
You're a liar.
Alex,
You're a
Alex,
I want
why
to
are
see
you
something,
discussing
guys. I want to
playing
see
Werner?
something.
You know Werner's not going to play. He's going to get the Batshuayi under contract.
Yeah.
Listen,
He can
Werner
do that
is going to
first
play
time
next
United.
year. Listen, this whole project you're doing, how it's going to start our number 9, is just a project because you want to give Havertz a first 3-4 games so he can score a couple of goals and then you can carry on with your agenda.
Oh, I think they both stink. I'd sell them both.
I think the summer project is about Havertz, giving Havertz a couple of 2-3 games against Everton and all those teams, so he can score 2 goals, and then that agenda can keep on running.
Ref, what you're forgetting, bro, is half the panel would happily sell them both.
Yes.
Happily.
Yes.
Listen, Werner
Like,
is a modern day
for
footballer.
either, I'd accept.
No. Listen. The thing is, I'm not willing to sell Werner. I'm not, because Werner is the any team he goes, that team gonna do well. We won Champions League. We ended up in 4th. Listen, Carabao Cup. Listen, if you go to Carabao Cup, FA Cup, who was the top goal scorer? Timo Werner. And when it came to the final, Havertz started. Mason Mount started.
Congrats.
Carabao Cup.
Wait,
FA Cup. Werner scored all the goals. And in the final,
answer me, Klaus Ref. Why Timo Werner is not starting for Germany?
No, Klaus Ref, you just
Why
lied.
is not starting for Germany?
Bro, listen, Alex, what country are you in? Are you dumb? You're telling me Timo Werner doesn't start for Germany?
He doesn't.
Are you stupid? Are you stupid?
He doesn't.
He
doesn't
doesn't.
start for Germany. He doesn't start.
Are you, Andrew and Alex? Are you? Listen, fuck yourself.
Klaus Ref, what Germany do you
Put a
want?
dildo on your ass.
We love you.
Fuck yourself. Put a dildo on your ass. What sort of a narrative is that? Hansi Flick always picks Timo Werner in his team. He always thought.
You say narrative. The irony of you saying.
Listen. Last 4 games. How many games Werner started for Germany? If he didn't start 2 to 3 games, you put dildo on your ass. Are you gonna put your dildo on your ass on the live stream? Listen, if Timo Werner doesn't start for Germany, if Timo Werner doesn't start for Germany, are you gonna put a dildo on your ass? Who's gonna? Let's do the bet
Are
here.
you gonna put one in your mouth?
No, you need to put it in your ass because you're talking shit.
Hey, man.
Listen, 1,000 bet. You're gonna put a dildo in your ass if you bring this narrative that Timo Werner doesn't start for Germany.
I would ask it for you, but you're probably sitting on one at the moment.
Yeah. Bro, kiss each other. Alex and Andrew kiss each other. Put dildo in your ass because you're wrong. Timo Werner does start every game. Anyways, I gotta go because listen, Timo Werner and Mason Mount are untouchable. You can fuck yourself, whatever. And Ziyech and Pulisic and Havertz are rotational. They are rotational.
Werner didn't start against France in the
brain's
Euros.
rotational.
Havertz did.
Yeah, because he was tired. He was tired. He can't play fucking 90 minutes, 130 minutes, and after 2 days. Yeah, because he was tired. He was tired.
He didn't start against Portugal, but Havertz
He was
did.
tired. Brother, he came at 73 minutes. He was tired.
Tired from what?
Tired from what? From sitting on the Chelsea's bench?
4 games. Yeah, whatever. Go. Listen.
That's what he's tired from.
He didn't start against.
First and foremost, I do want to say as well. Let's try and refrain from dildo twins comments and stuff like that.
Right. Listen.
All right. Can we just try and?
That's funny.
No. I don't want anyone to get misconstrued and think it.
Hold on, Lewis. Can I just add one thing? The one match that Timo Werner started at Euro 2020 was when they played England in the round of 16.
We are not talking about Euros. Euros is a different game.
It's the one match we started. They lost.
Are you seriously that dumb? Are you serious? Germany only played 3 games. Listen, Pedro. Listen. Gundogan and Groska didn't start all the matches. That's why he got sacked. The manager got sacked. So Kai Havertz hasn't started for Germany.
The Euros and they lost.
No. It was rotational.
Wait, he got
No,
rotated.
you're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. You're dumb. I can't help you. Listen, this has been going for 2 years and nobody has touched Timo Werner. If you want to be part of this fucking agenda, coming on every stream saying, "Oh, Timo Werner is rotational and Pulisic is important," we saw that in Madrid game. We saw that in Madrid game. We saw that in Portugal game. Where was the Pulisic in Madrid game? Where was the fucking Mason Mount and Kai Havertz in Carabao?
Where's Timo Werner in
Bro, Euros was a recreational. Euros was recreational. It wasn't competitive. Euros were recreational. It wasn't competitive.
Started all 4 games.
And that's why the manager got sacked. That's why manager got sacked.
Hey man, what a start for Timo Werner in the Euros, man. Great job. He always starts. He started 1 game.
Bro, he does always start. He does always start. He does.
Answer why he didn't start in
where was Havertz in the qualification?
Answer why he didn't start in those games.
Yeah, why didn't he start?
He was rotational in the group stage, guys. He couldn't play any games. He was resting. He was tired. Come on, guys.
Saved him for the finals.
Yeah.
Bro, you're talking about fucking 3 games in the World Cup. Are you dumb?
I'm talking about
the group
stage. On the 3rd game. Listen, he came on the 3rd game. He gave the pre-assist to Grotzka, and Germany qualified in the last game. Are you gonna talk? Are you keep on going to talk? Are you keep on talk? Bro, you're stupid. You're looking like a stupid. You're looking like a stupid guy right now.
There's delicious irony in this.
Okay. Listen. You don't need to do a gang. Listen, you don't need to be a gang against me. You need to do a gang with your own self. Fuck off. Listen, I don't take. I can take one person. The other guy is a fucking clapper. The other guy is licking Kai Havertz. I can't do 5-6 people. I can only do one person.
Oh man.
Bro, your Pulisic is shit. Pulisic is rotational. Kai Havertz is rotational.
They're all shit.
They are all rotational because they all.
Listen, Timo Werner is not. Timo Werner and Mason Mount is untouchable.
Timo Werner doesn't play. We can't sit here and lie. Like he doesn't play.
Yeah.
What are you on about? And look what happened. To our team last year.
So when he played his first season, he was terrible. When he
he wasn't 27 goals and assists doesn't just come from fucking everything. It was Tammy Abraham here, and Tammy Abraham fan took listen. All this is all. Listen, stop using Twitter. Listen. If I was Luis, I would make sure all the panelists have no social media because you guys come from Twitter and you don't have a fucking mental capacity to talk neutral. Listen, if I was Luis, I would make sure nobody has a fucking social media.
People in the comments, everybody watching. Last is the only one who's enlightened. He's smarter than all of us somehow. We are all the problem.
Yeah, because you fucking are on Twitter. You guys are on Twitter. You guys are mentally fucked up. You're isolated. Your brain is isolated.
How much nothing wrong with him? It cannot be class rap. It is all of us.
Listen, where's the bravado? Listen. Have you seen Arsenal fan channel? Listen. Just shut up. Let me talk. Have you seen Arsenal fan channel? See the bravado. They go after Ozil. They go after any player, right? In Chelsea fan channel, if you go against Kovacic, he's going against Conte and Kovacic. If you go against Reece, he's going against Reece. Where's the fucking bravado?
Beautiful voice.
You're fucked up by those Twitter accounts in your head. You're fucked up by those huge Chelsea great account in your head.
How do you get
Where's your fucking bravado? You don't have fucking guts.
How do you get the link from Lewis?
How do you get the link from Lewis? Oh, he had a bad game. He had a bad game. How the fuck did he talk shit about Reece? How the fuck did he talk shit about Reece?
There is somewhere.
Listen. Learn from Arsenal fan base. Learn from Arsenal fan base. The reason they are bitter, learn from them. Learn from Arsenal fan base. Have some fucking courage. Don't stop licking your heart now.
How do you get the link from Lewis?
But I usually say at this time there's a village.
How does Lewis send you a link?
Oh, the guy Justice said something wrong about Kovacic. Let's fucking fuck him. Shut the fuck up. He was right.
Why is
he was fucking right. Kovacic is not creative.
I thought this was Chelsea transfer talk. What's going on, man? Like, I know it's June, but relax.
I know you're stressed, bro, but relieve it somehow.
I'm not fucking stressed. I'm sick of this fucking Havertz as a number 9. I don't want that. That's not gonna happen.
Okay, forget Havertz.
I told you, bro. Everything's fine.
I think Havertz gonna miss Warner.
No. They're both shit. They can both bounce. This is
you think talking shit about Werner is gonna make you cooler, and probably the bigger account's gonna love you. You are such an ass. You look like Andrew, you're a fucking brown noser. You're a brown noser, people pleaser. I had enough of people pleasers.
Insulting me isn't going to get Werner minutes. It's not going to help.
Jesus Christ.
You can insult me.
You sound like you want to get teabagged by Werner all the time, man. You're the biggest brown noser.
Listen,
he would even miss his nose. He would even miss the teabag.
Go to Park, Andrew, and don't you get tired talking about Timo Werner 24/7? Don't you get tired?
Oh my God, you're asking me that.
You're not even on trash versus garbage. Trash versus garbage. Fuck off. Your narrative. Listen, are you even a football fan? Do you even fucking enjoy football? Because all you do is fucking hate on Werner.
Same question if you're backing Werner.
I would ask it, myself, do you stand Werner? You know there's actual good players.
Dude, listen, you don't have a capability to bully me if I say Werner is a better player. That's not gonna happen. I'm too empowering. I'm too empowered. You're not gonna say, oh, you like Werner, oh, you're shit. You're not gonna do that to me. You can do to the other kids. You can do to the other kids. Like, oh, you support Timo Werner, oh, you support Tammy Abraham, oh, I'm gonna bully you. You can't do that to me. You can't do that to me. You're not that level yet.
Do you know why?
You're not that level yet.
Hang on, go. Why don't you take a breather and shut up for once in 20 minutes? Yeah. First of all,
how about you stop talking from your fucking mouth?
I feel dumber talking to you about it. You have severe Stockholm syndrome when it comes to Werner. Okay. You want to back Werner? That's fine.
Listen, you're the fucking hater. You don't back our players. Fuck off. You keep on saying back players. If Timo Werner's not our player, back our players.
But bro, you're saying back our players, but you've said Pulisic, Ziyech, and Havertz out for the last half an hour. Like, be objective.
Rotational.
Like,
I said rotational. Listen, I'm being honest. They are rotational. They are rotational. They can easily be replaced.
Players, and then you're saying they're shit.
You can't personally. You can't replace Timo Werner because of his speed, movement, the way his technical ability, because he understands the game. Listen, no. You're a liar. Do you even know what technical ability means? Do you even know what technical ability means?
Sounds like a good wingback.
Listen, technical ability means if you understand the game and you can change the game because of your understanding. When Timo Werner is on the pitch, he knows where to run, how to run, when to run, and that's the reason we go in attack. That's a technical ability.
He knows how to kick a corner flag and kick off his
whatever. You say Gabriel, come on with the new sentences. I'm fed up with this. I don't know how can you come on every fucking stream talk about Timo Werner's touching the corner flag.
I have a trivia question. Class F, you'll like this one. Christian Pulisic and Timo Werner. Who played more Premier League minutes and how many more?
Sorry, can you say again?
Last season, they each played in the Premier League. Who played more minutes and by how many more do you think they eclipsed the other one? Pulisic and Werner.
I think they probably played the same amount of numbers, did they?
How many more?
I think Werner played the lesser of them, of Pulisic.
Nope, they each played 1,286 minutes, which equates to roughly over a third of the entirety of the Premier League minutes. They're both fringe players, and they're both shit.
No. Injury. Lukaku, injury. COVID. 4 months he was out.
We want to do the injury, but we don't want to give it to Pulisic.
How? Listen, I'm not talking about. I'm saying Pulisic is rotational.
I got a removal request for goalpost. Anyone? And you've got to move a request for goalposts right here.
No. Listen, if you tell me if you want Havertz or Pulisic, I would say I want Pulisic.
Okay, but like, here's the thing: the things that you will criticize Pulisic, Werner, and Havertz. I mean, not Werner, Havertz and Ziyech for. How do you not have the same criticisms for Werner?
Because Ziyech, I can criticize. Ziyech is actually shit, to be honest, because he plays more of the winger.
Back your players.
Listen. I like you guys. I don't put Werner in the same bracket as Pulisic and Havertz. He's on the same bracket as Mason Mount and on Mason Mount level, right? So Timo Werner, Mason Mount for me are different. You can't have a comparison with them. Then comes Havertz and Pulisic. That's the one I'm judging. I think Pulisic is better than Havertz. He's more direct. He's quicker. He knows how to do things. I was really pissed off when.
Tell me what Havertz doesn't bring to Chelsea, because I'm 100% sure I could say the same things about Werner.
No. You can't. He is reactive. Havertz is reactive. He is slow. He's lazy. Listen, he doesn't have a technical ability to understand where to be. Can you let me listen? He doesn't have a technical ability to understand. Listen. He doesn't have any understanding to where to stand, where to go, where to be. He is a lazy dally. You know what? Jose Mourinho would beat the fuck out of
I'm telling you, man. There's a mental.
Jose Mourinho
Wait. How is all
There's
your
a mental
criticisms for
hospital losing
Havertz?
their patience somewhere, man.
Alex, 1 second. How is all your criticisms for Havertz off the ball? When, like, I've criticized Havertz, but for on the ball, not for off.
On the ball, he's worse. Listen, on the ball, he's so inconsistent. Listen, on the ball, I can't even talk. Listen, on the ball, he's even worse than Lukaku. He's so inconsistent with his first touch.
But you rate Werner, who is even
worse.
Werner
has amazing first touch. What are you on about? What game are you talking about? Are you going to microscope his every single miss and say he's got a bad touch? What are you on about? Your mind, Lewis, your brain is washed on Werner. Your brain is washed on Werner. You're not understanding Werner. Your brain is washed.
My brain's washed
because of Tammy.
Yes,
because you like Tammy. Your brain is washed. How come 27 goals in assists is not amazing?
Because
do you
get
that
to take the eye test into account, and this guy.
Look at his goals.
Hey, shut up!
Look at his goals.
Fucking stupid F1 team loses.
Klasref,
listen. Look at his goals. Look at Timo Werner goals, right? You see those goals. You know that guy runs a lot. In the first year, we had a problem. I said that Mason Mount and Kai Havertz is a problem because the way we are in Premier League, right? The way we are, Timo Werner has to backtrack a lot.
But I agree with that, because I agree with what you say about like Pulisic, Ziyech, Havertz. They aren't playing at the level for us right now. But then, how can you rep Mount and Werner with the same sentence?
Listen, Mason Mount. Mason Mount is a very average footballer, right? He's very average. But what he has,
now
Timo Werner is above high footballer technically. He is absolute. Technically, he's above high. He's top. No, you can laugh. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
You don't know what technical means, bro. You really don't know.
You don't know technical ability. You think first touch is a technical ability. You think being elegant like Berbatov is a technical ability.
Go on, Crash.
You think having a ball structure like Chelsea. You think being a slim like Kai Havertz is a technical ability. You think like having a jawline is a technical ability.
This is a great trolling experience of my life right here. This is brilliant.
Listen. Technical ability is
criticize
understanding the game.
For you can't criticize Werner for.
Yeah,
and I just don't get it.
Werner,
like, if you said
Werner get criticized by everybody.
Everything you said, but it's because you put Werner on like he's R9.
Yeah. Werner's technically shit,
bro. Germany 9 is one
ability out of all of them.
He's not Germany's 9 though. Havertz is Germany's 9.
Are you happy
Are
to be
you,
associated with this
bro?
man,
Like,
We just went over the Euros, bro.
listen, was
we
ist
just went
los
over the
mit
Euros.
dir?
We just went over the
Was geht, man? Was geht? Germany, Timo Werner is number 9. I don't know. You watch Bundesliga, you watch Germany international team.
Yeah, and Werner doesn't stop.
That the guy your name is Presto, right? The guy like you confuses me because you are listening to local Chelsea fan channel. You're not thinking internationally. Timo Werner is number 9.
Timo Werner doesn't start international.
Just because Alex is on your right side, it doesn't mean whatever he's talking is correct. He doesn't know if
German people or German fans or people who watch Germany in the chat, like, are we being crazy? Like, what's going on? Like, because Werner doesn't play. What are we talking about?
Werner is number 9 for Germany. Like for last, he won Confederation Cup for Germany. He won under 21 for Germany. He's gonna win a World Cup probably sooner for Germany. Champions League.
Hey man, what a successful
He
Euros
made that
for Werner,
special run against Champions League.
What a great Euros for Werner, man. He started one
You
game.
remove Havertz. Listen, you remove Havertz from Werner, you will know how it's like. What a great player he is. Did you see the Italian game lost?
Why are you saying if one plays and one sits on the bench and watches the other play?
Listen,
you can't take that into account because Werner will tell you Havertz is a good player and you don't rate Havertz.
No. If you remove Werner from Chelsea Football Club, I would still remove Havertz because if
we
Lukaku.
If we remove Werner, we're the fucking same. He doesn't play, man. He doesn't play.
Listen, even if you remove Werner from if you remove Werner from Chelsea, we're gonna have a struggle. We're not gonna be a good attacking team. That's for fact,
because
right?
we were a great attacking team with him, right?
No, we were because his movements is a lot of modern, right? But if you remove Werner from Chelsea football team and you sign a striker, I still wouldn't want Havertz to play. I still wouldn't do Havertz to play.
If you rate Werner's movements, you have to rate Havertz's movement. They're both
Listen,
great.
Havertz doesn't have movements. I don't know what you guys watch. I don't know what you watch. I'm confused by Havertz.
Next time you watch a football match, send me the stream you watch on, man. I need to see the game.
Listen. I don't do streams. I don't do streams. I've got Dazzle. I've got Sky. I pay premium. I'm an international bitch. Listen, the thing is, Kai Havertz, right? Kai Havertz is a problem.
Fair enough.
Listen.
That's good to know, brother. That's good to know.
No. We're not doing this. We are not doing this. You remove Kai Havertz. We are a better
Ref is
team.
an international bitch.
Yeah, you said that. I don't know what to tell you.
You said that. Somebody clip it, please.
What's going on?
Oh my god.
Guys, listen. We removed Kai Havertz
International
from our team.
BIG.
We removed Kai Havertz from our team. We are a better team.
Werner's dick. You the same
Yes,
bitch.
yes, and Klasrev, I agree with you on that, but the same goes for Werner.
Not for Werner, because Werner is very flexible.
If anything,
is very
we play better with Havertz than we do with Werner.
Yes.
No, Werner is very
And that's a
active.
fact.
You bring him from the bench. You start Werner in the game. He's always going to give you results, and that's the fact. He does results.
He's not
right.
Like
Yeah,
I
he's also a
don't
challenge.
think either of them are the answer, but I would rather have Havertz in my lineup every
You're aware we
single
don't play
day of the
Southampton every
week
week. Like,
over
we only get to
Werner.
play them twice.
How many players are you going to compromise for Kai Havertz? Trust me. How many more?
How many more would
Look,
we have to compromise for
If
Werner?
Timo Werner goes to Southampton, that means that he will not score at all.
He score a lot in training.
I think if Havertz takes another year, it's a Tuchel sack year. It's a Tuchel sack year. We are going into a Tuchel sack year. We are going into a Tuchel sack
I
year.
agree. Both. This is what you need to understand. Both are not good enough. Both are not good enough. You
No. Yo, you can't have Havertz. You cannot have Havertz
You
and Werner in the same shit. No.
You won't back Havertz.
You cannot have Havertz and Werner in the same day.
He's out of here. He's fucking gone.
The only difference is I'll give Mount that he could at least play in the 8. But we don't play with
his
8.
own Southampton hat tricks and his own goals,
I think majority is prevailing over logic. I think that's the problem with Chelsea fan base. Majority is listen. It's all
we are the
listen.
feelings over logic. Thank you for bringing
Just
logic.
listen. Internet is very isolated. Go to the stadium. Try to say something shit about
You
Werner.
never watched
Listen,
Chelsea game in your life, you liar.
you get punched on your face. Listen,
Bro,
Andrew,
I
all
go
the
to the
shit you
game
talk,
and I don't have to ask anyone.
all the shit you talk about Werner, try saying to my face or Werner's face. You're illogical.
Okay, why don't you turn your camera on? Turn your camera on. I'll say it to your face right now.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think about Werner right now.
I'll say it to your face right now.
Man.
Werner is shit. Your opinion of Werner is shit.
Yeah. Try to come on Stamford Bridge and tell it on my face, right? Say it on my face.
You never dare, you liar. You are never there, you liar.
You've never been there.
How do we know if you're there?
Andrew's been called out to the bridge twice. It's all mad.
You've never been.
You can't. Listen, Andrew. The amount of hate you do against Werner. Listen, somebody's gonna touch you one day very hard, and you're gonna feel it.
Pause.
Anyways, I gotta go, boy. I gotta go. Werner, listen. You're a jealous guy because everybody shouts Werner in the bridge. You're a jealous guy.
Don't leave, please stay.
This is wages.
You're a jealous guy, I think.
And more autographs coming.
This is wages.
Werner 275. Werner earns 275. It's nothing. That guy is international. He is a Germany #1. Kante earns 295. Don't go on his wages. Don't go on his wages.
You said Werner got paid £3 million in the Premier League this season. He got paid £3 million per goal.
Listen, I'm not talking. I don't want to talk about this person. Listen.
Are you aware of that? He got paid £3 million per goal, and like 3 of them were against Southampton.
You keep bringing Southampton. Southampton is a Premier League football team.
If he's aware
they're the only one who's prolific.
It's better than Norwich. It's better than Norwich, though.
That's great, man. That's a fantastic achievement for them. That's truly
Timo Pukki's better than Werner, by the way.
Wow.
Hey, Timo Pukki's hit double digits in a single season twice. Werner's taken 2 seasons to get to 10.
Listen, Pulisic doesn't know how to. Listen, Pulisic is a good player, but he doesn't know. He's not a senior player. Mason Mount is 23, but because of his experience, he's a senior player. Timo Werner is a senior player.
Wait. Pause. Pulisic isn't a senior player because of his age. Mason Mount is a senior player
because of his game time. His game time because you spend a lot of time. Listen, Ziyech, for example, Ziyech, Pulisic, and Havertz. These fan base are children. I don't chat with them. They are kids. Timo Werner is a senior player. Mason Mount is a senior player.
How do we get to your level of enlightenment? How do we get to your level of enlightenment, man? How do we get there?
Stop. Listen, be more organic. Stop going on internet. Be more organic. Listen, this is a fan channel.
It's on the internet.
On the internet, yes.
Yeah, whatever. Listen, don't even feel embarrassed. Listen. For you, it's a pride. Pride comparing Pulisic with Werner. For me, it's not a pride. For a lot of people, it's not pride because it's a step below. When you compare Werner with Pulisic and Ziyech, it's a step below for us. So don't do that. For you, it might be. Oh, Pulisic is a rotational. Werner is a rotational.
They each played.
How do you not fall down more? I don't understand this, man. How do you know? I don't. Someone else.
Do you wear a helmet when you walk? Just regular?
I bet you wear velcro
because
shoes
somewhere mental hospital
he's
lost
walking around like Petr Cech.
Question. Another trivia question for this season in the Premier League. Who played more minutes, Hakim Ziyech or Timo Werner?
Bro, I don't give a shit.
It's just
I've just told you why I'm comparing Ziyech with Werner. You keep on comparing
undermine your
Werner.
argument.
Do you think I'm gonna allow this agenda? You're gonna compare Ziyech with Werner, and I'm gonna allow that agenda. I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna be talking sensible for your unsensible question. I'm not gonna be talking sensible for your unsensible question.
I'm asking a question based on the stats.
I'm not gonna answer it. I'm not answering it. It's a dumb question. It's a dumb question. I'm not gonna answer it. If you compare Ziyech with Werner, Pulisic, Werner, you think I'm gonna answer it? You're stupid. I'm gonna stoop down to that level. Are you dumb? Are you fucking dumb?
Don't get in your feelings. I'm just asking a question based on an objective amount of minutes played. There is a number for both. We know how math works, right? There's a right and wrong answer here. Who played more minutes? Hakim Ziyech.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna answer if you're gonna have the same topic. If you're gonna put Ziyech and Werner, you're gonna compare Ziyech and Werner. I'm not gonna answer it. So don't answer.
Who played more minutes, Werner and Ziyech?
I'm not gonna answer it.
Oh, who said Werner? Because you're wrong. It's Hakim Ziyech. He played 30 more minutes in the Premier League.
Listen, you're looking like a loose cannon. You're just, I don't know what you're talking about.
Perfect. Anyway,
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
There are 3,400, and I think it's 3,440 minutes in a Premier League season. It's 90 times 360, like enough over, something like that. Some shit like there's some amount like that.
Your comparisons are like, oh, I'm gonna compare Hazard with I don't know who, John Terry.
Are you gonna let me finish, or are we just gonna do this?
Who's better? Who's better, Timo Werner or Kai Havertz or Hazard?
I gotta go. I'm not making it comical, right? Listen, for a modern football day, right now, Timo Werner obviously is better than Hazard. So.
Oh my God, get him off! Get him off!
Right now.
Lewis, get this guy off. He's not a Chelsea fan.
Is he really?
Get off.
Yeah, look at these are the guys that are stopping the growth of Chelsea fan base.
My one question is Fata. Do you agree with that statement?
Let's get him banned.
No, wait. Fata, do you agree with that statement? Yes or no?
Obviously, he does agree right now. Hazard is not better than Timo Werner.
Is it? Sorry, what is it?
Is Werner better than Hazard?
No. I'm not that. I'm not that.
Right now.
I'm not that crazy. Of course not. I'm not that crazy.
Right now, Father. Even Ziyech is better than Hazard right now.
Right now, who's better than Hazard? I don't think
Ziyech
better than Hazard.
Do you know this season without playing a lot of football, Hazard has contributed more than Werner because he got us 20 million for winning the Champions League.
No.
Well, right now on current form, Hazard would probably still be our best forward or second best.
Let me ask you right now. Let me tell you right now, Alex.
That's the love he earned.
I don't care about
Hazard is legend, right? That's a love he earned. But when you talk about reality, then reality is Hazard at this moment is not good enough.
Hazard right now would still be our best forward.
He wasn't.
Well, why would you say that? Why would you say that on Tuchel's system? Tuchel plays in defensive football.
Right now, Alex.
100%. I don't care if you don't press.
Yeah. Hazard would be better than Havertz and Mason Mount, but not Timo Werner. Not Timo Werner.
Give me some AC in this apartment. I'll sell Werner for that, man. I don't give a fuck.
Hazard was not even playing for Chelsea, but he still made more money for us than Timo.
Yeah, he's still.
Bro, Timo Werner sells everything. Timo Werner is internationally so successful. Everybody knows Timo Werner. And listen,
what's he done?
Yeah, he is.
He's for Germany. What has he done?
He was playing in Mönchengladbach. He was playing in München, and everybody was shouting. He played at Frankfurt. Everybody was saying Timo Werner. He plays in London. Everybody says Timo Werner. Everybody loves Timo Werner. His merchandise is gold. Fans are children are crying.
There is a one fan yelled, Timo Werner, get the fuck out of my club.
Yeah, exactly.
I did a lot of fan base.
Fuck that guy.
That guy was fighting, man. That guy was fighting, and we had the nerve to get mad at him. He was ahead of the curve. He was right.
If I had that microphone, I'd be sitting down in the middle of the West Stand doing a CM Punk pipe bomb on half the squad.
I know that guy. He has a crazy Havertz agenda. I know that guy. Who is... he has a Havertz agent.
That guy was correct. That guy was correct.
Yeah, whoever that guy
But I know that guy.
I'd like to issue a formal apology on behalf of our fan base for getting mad at him.
Yeah.
He was
Listen, whatever is currently happening in the fan base, like online fan base, is all about Havertz. It's all Havertz. Listen, Havertz fan base is so disrespectful.
Nah,
it doesn't respect anybody. It doesn't respect anybody. It doesn't respect. It's gonna turn its back on Tuchel soon. It's gonna Havertz fan base gonna turn their back soon on Tuchel.
Let me give you a little bit of history with Class Ref.
It's so
from Austria
disrespectful.
that prefer blonde guys with blue eyes.
Gotcha.
Right, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Listen, I gotta go. Listen, I gotta go. Listen,
No, stay, please. No, don't leave.
I didn't know.
You can't talk wrong about somebody. That person is dominating you. I think Havertz fan base has literally destroyed our club.
Do you really just want us to sign another Aryan to replace Werner? Is that what it is? We can get Thomas Müller. We can get Thomas Müller, I'm sure. We can do something.
No, Klaus Ref isn't even Aryan.
All I think we need is buy bicycles. All we need to
Did you see Müller pass to Gnabry and then Gnabry passing to Timo Werner?
I saw Müller starting at the Euros and I didn't see Werner starting at.
And the past Germany games in the Nations League as well.
Hey, man, Müller started one game and he got knocked out.
Clap for Timo
Right,
Werner.
let's go through a few of the super chats.
Listen, Alex, Andrew, and Pedro. You guys are so annoying. These three guys are so annoying.
Klaus Ref, 1 second, bro. 1 second. Go AM says, just like Timo, Klaus Ref's family is always running when they see him. Explains why he's my favorite player. Yeah, fucking typical. Paul also says, why is Klaus Ref's volume so high, Lewis? I actually don't know. I think it's probably how close
it's on the lowest setting.
But
you just screaming.
It's because
he doesn't use it. It's good, man. Allow him, fam.
You see, another team of Werner lover has a loud microphone.
Good Lord, man.
I think it's come. I think both of the microphones are from German made.
I'm not a Timo Werner lover. I think you guys are wrong. I'm not a Timo Werner lover. I think he's an absolute amazing player.
That's the biggest lie you've ever told.
I'm not a Timo Werner. I think you are disrespecting me by calling me I'm a Timo Werner lover or I'm his stan. Listen, I do think
how we cannot call you Timo Werner lover when you said that.
Listen, when Timo Werner leaves, I'm still gonna be here.
Klaus Ref, you told us he was our most important player. He's played less than 1,300 minutes. How is he our most important player?
What are you on about?
You told us he was our most important player. He doesn't play.
Yeah, he does
He's
a
on
lot
the
of
bench.
We are talking about Premier League this year. We are talking about Premier League. Listen, we are talking. Listen. The question you asked, it goes straight into my nerves. Please stop asking me.
I wasn't
asking because you'll be proven wrong.
It just hurts me. It's like somebody's hitting me with a brick. Stop asking me these sort of questions. It feels like somebody's.
Let's do it.
I tell you what. Before you come on the stream next time, give Lewis pre-approved questions, and then we'll ask you then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be answering your stupid questions.
No. Make sure you don't use the social media. Make sure you don't use the social media.
Your question doesn't have any flexibility. Doesn't have any technical ability. Your questions, they're just a pure place coming from pure hate, and it feels like a fucking brick. And that's why I don't want to answer it.
Hey, hold that, man.
That's because you can't answer. Yeah, hold that.
Hold that, man.
Hold that.
Yeah.
You know what Timo Werner is good for?
I was asking questions based off objective information. I was asking.
Listen, if you ask me technical, if you ask me about football, I'm going to answer you, but I'm not going to answer these rubbish questions.
I asked you who played more. I asked you who played more football. And you didn't want
these are embarrassing questions. You're asking who plays more.
Uncomfortable conversations.
Are they embarrassing because they'll reveal the answers you don't like? Is that why?
Yeah.
You're trying to defame one of the good player I really like. You're trying to.
It's uncomfortable for Klaus Ref.
So it's not very
comfortable. Like
comfortable.
slander, but you have the highest slander for fucking
guys,
Havertz and
right? Let's break it down.
Pulisic, listen. Listen. If people know, I actually rate Pulisic. I rate Pulisic.
I think Timo Werner is good as Joe Biden on a bicycle.
But I'm very critical.
Everybody. That's the same thing. As long as everyone can hold it. Me, I support 4 players: Jorginho, Kovacic, Reece James, and Thiago Silva.
Welcome back, Jester.
Support Jorginho.
I said
we're still having a losers conversation in here.
Oh, you missed out, Jester.
Oh yes, the voice of reason is back.
Well, we are talking about Timo Werner, so it will depend.
Is trying to say that
We'll talk about Timo Werner and being informed for the World Cup.
Jesters, why do you think we're talking about Timo Werner? Can you guess why we're talking about Timo Werner?
Jester, just a random question for you, right? So you watch Euro 2020. How many matches do you think Werner started?
Now that is a stupid question. She's going to ask again. That is a defamation. Do you even know you can get sued for that? You can get sued for that. Stupid questions. You're asking the same question over again to everybody. Can you move on?
I think that was he asked Jester, not you.
I asked Jester, not you, brother.
Right, then I'm out of here. I can't be asked. I'm out of here. Then.
Class.
He's disappearing like Werner in games.
No, don't leave! Don't leave! Stay, please!
I don't think I remember him starting any.
Okay, so Jester, that's what I thought, right? And then I looked at the lineup. Timo Werner started 1 game. It was against England in the round of 16, and they lost.
And we played only 3 games.
He played 4 games.
Yeah, Havertz was good in the Euros as well.
But no, Havertz is the starting 9. Let's get it correct.
Yeah, to be fair, Havertz destroyed Portugal.
You guys are
actually watch a lot of
you guys are trolling. You guys are trolling.
Jester, we agree with you, Jester. We agree with you. We've all
you guys are trolling.
Outside of class rep.
Listen, the World Cup qualification, disqualification. I do agree. Werner came from bench on the first game.
Big up my tag team partner Ryan, you know. Big up Ryan, man.
Timo, you talk normal.
Oh look, Ryan rates Timo Werner. If that isn't a bigger sign that he's washed, I don't know what else.
The biggest sign.
Big up yourself, Ryan.
Look, I actually watched Timo Werner for actually a very long time, and there were other times in his career that he did the exact same thing he did at Chelsea, where he disappeared for when he went up to a different level. I think when he went to Leipzig, he had a dip both with his national team and starting out with Leipzig until he adjusted, and then he started falling out, and that's in a league that doesn't play defense.
Yeah,
Timo Werner's a kick and run guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to have space to get into.
Bundesliga does have a great defense, but they have very technical midfielders. The midfielder that satisfy the needs of
only the best centre backs come from the Bundesliga. Completely correct.
No, the Bundesliga does not play defense. They play high lines like Southampton, and that's why Werner's very good against Southampton, because at least some space behind to receive the ball.
That is questionable. That is questionable.
No, it's not. It's
Ryan, why didn't you not sign him?
It's actually not.
Why didn't Liverpool sign Werner?
Yeah, why didn't you not sign Werner then?
They wanted him.
Yeah,
I mean, did you watch Bayern Munich this year with their defense?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you straight questions. I'm gonna ask you straight questions. I'm gonna ask you straight. Is Chelsea fan base? I'm gonna be organic and I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be running around the bushes. Is Chelsea fan base currently is a PR is corrupted by PR? One of you guys are. Can you answer me right now?
Wait,
I don't.
Wait,
it's currently Chelsea fan base is corrupted by PR.
So you want us to speak on behalf of the entire fan base? Is that what you want?
Agenda runs. Currently, I'm trying to change it. I want more of an Arsenal style, right? Arsenal fan base is more. I'm trying to do my bit.
Arsenal fan. Then go be an Arsenal fan.
No, it's not about you. Might not be Chelsea fan, and you claim you be a Chelsea fan. Currently, listen.
I'm not a Chelsea fan, even though I own a 2010-2011 Salomon Kalou kit. I am not a Chelsea fan.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking generally. Currently, Chelsea fan base is corrupted because of PR, because people are buying big accounts on Twitter, right? I'm going to name them. If you want me to name and shame them, I can do that.
Don't
probably,
care,
right?
We don't care. I'll be so real with you.
Do it.
We don't care.
I'm telling you, all these Simon Phillips, Sai, all these guys, they have a fake account. They write one line, and they have.
You're a waste man, fam.
Listen, all of these guys are fake. We need to be more organic to understand who's a good player, who's not a good player. I've actually abandoned Twitter. I'm done with social media, and the only reason I come here is because Lewis is Robbie's friend. I know Robbie mentality. I know Lewis mentality. These guys are very open-minded. They can accept everybody into it, right? That's the only reason I come here.
Carefree Lewis Robbie.
Yeah.
Carefree Robbie.
Bro.
Right now, we have a very corrupt fan base, and one of the biggest corruptor who's doing the PR stunt is Kai Havertz. Everybody is on holidays, right? Every single motherfucker is on holidays, enjoying their life. Timo Werner is enjoying his life.
Kai Havertz?
Listen, everybody, right now, for Kai Havertz, his PR is doing nothing.
Yeah, Kai Havertz
Werner
is in South
watches
Africa
Havertz
on
play. That's
safari,
why he's mad. He's jealous.
Listen,
I understand.
Even Mason Mount PR is corrupt, but I do accept it. He's a local guy. He does make sense, right? Mason Mount PR still does make sense. But Kai Havertz PR, because he's German, he has hired this London company. He is going crazy. Every single day on Twitter, oh, he did this in Champions League final. This is going to cost us. This is like Rashford 2.0. I like Rashford.
Make sure that foil hat is secured to your head before you continue to talk.
Listen. If Tuchel was sincere, if Tuchel did not listen to the noise outside the football coaching, Pulisic would have played that game against Madrid, not Kai Havertz. There were games where Havertz should have been dropped. And this really
I can agree with. It's just everything before that. Well,
He does not see Christian Pulisic as a starter. He sees him as a superstar, and that's why me, as an American who wants the American team to at least challenge for a World Cup, I don't want Christian Pulisic there because I want him to get game time and be in his best form to lead the team.
Oh, as a Chelsea fan, I also want Pulisic to leave.
I really like Joe Scally. I think Joe Scally is going to be amazing for American team. He's a great right left back. I think he can play both positions. I think he would also be good for Chelsea Football Club if we try and sign him. Obviously we've got America. Have you seen Joe Scally?
I have.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
He's only 18. He's still got way to go on his defense.
Yeah, I just want to say.
Pulisic is also Pulisic comes from Germany. Also, when we talk about Bundesliga tax, Pulisic is Bundesliga. Kai Havertz is Bundesliga. Timo Werner is Bundesliga.
We start to see the pattern.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you get it.
Get it.
Stop buying from the fucking Bundesliga.
But Kai Havertz doesn't got Bundesliga tax accusation.
What?
Jesus.
Everybody wants Nkunku now, and that's
exactly.
You see why I'm a bit like,
yes, it is.
I mean, Nkunku.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, don't worry, this ain't no hypocritical thing. Like,
yeah, but you can't you can't say everybody from the Bundesliga is bad though.
Yeah, I can say they don't translate into the Premier League well.
Okay, all Bundesliga
Son came from Hoffenheim. Son came from Hoffenheim.
Firmino.
Sancho, Bundesliga tax.
Correct me if I'm wrong. When was the last time we got a forward from the Bundesliga and they were successful?
We haven't. We haven't.
But we haven't got a midfielder from Bundesliga after Ballack.
Son and Aubameyang and De Bruyne are probably the only three that I've seen immediately translate their foot. And
probably the closest success we have from that.
Schürrle was the closest one, but even then he was very up and down with us.
Hey, Lewis, it's not even the way to measure it.
German player, he went to Germany Bundesliga, not the other way around.
And even like De Bruyne was only in the Bundesliga for 18 months. So we can't really use that as a massive scope.
I think it's more how good the EPL has gotten. So I think anyone coming from outside the EPL.
No, because like even we could go further back. Remember when we got Claudio Pizarro in from the Bundesliga? Yeah. He didn't do anything. He went back and balled out in the Bundesliga again. Marco Marin, another example. Yep. Although there is a bit more context behind him at least. But it's only been Schürrle.
This is why I'm seeing
and the fact comes, and listen, Luis. Also, the fact comes is Germany and England. They don't obviously they're not best of friends. So you keep insulting German Bundesliga by saying tax. That's also that also comes on the.
So what? They get pissed off at us and they come
Lewis
over
has
and
an
play
effect on
worse.
geopolitics. Yeah, Lewis has an effect on geopolitics. Yeah.
Werner's definitely listening to this stream.
Listen, your guys came to Bundesliga, right? They did really good, and they went back. They didn't do well. Jadon Sancho didn't do well.
Lewis, don't go to Germany,
Jude Bellingham is doing well in German Bundesliga.
I was going to, then lockdown happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't go to Germany, Lewis. You're insulting the Bundesliga, for Christ's sake.
Jadon Sancho did well at under 17 for City.
Under 17 doesn't mean shit.
Jadon Sancho was really
Under
not that big of a
17,
prospect when he went
Under
to
17's
with
don't
Germany.
mean
That's
jack.
why he went to
Hudson-Odoi
Germany.
was better than Sancho in the under 17 World Cup, by the way.
Yeah, and look how he's performed.
Who cares about the
I'm
under
not
17?
surprised.
Listen. A lot of like fan base from Germany and England, America come to English fan channels. I think you should respect that, because if you guys you don't come to German channels or American channels, right? You don't come to that, right? We might not even allow you. If you come, we would probably. Yeah, we would also believe. No. I do understand you. German you say German Bundesliga tax. You come to Germany fan channels, we're gonna bully you too, right? So I do accept that. But I don't accept that for me. It's not a German Bundesliga tax. For me, it's more you don't have midfielders. English Premier League doesn't have a midfielders. The attacking midfielders and midfielders. You don't make those. Bundesliga do have that technical ability to create engines. It's not about open. It's not about like every team plays like Southampton.
Mason Mount.
Okay, when did the last time Germany?
I'm talking about every single team. Why? Listen, who won the Europa this year? Who won the Europa League this year? Who won the Europa League this year? Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean exactly?
What do you mean by pen? What do you mean by pen? You won.
Yeah, but what do you mean? What do you mean that?
So you know, and you know how bad Frankfurt team was in Bundesliga, really bad.
Right. Yeah.
And and they had they have an Austrian manager.
Do you know the only team that's cared about the Europa League
how
in
come
the
you're
past
not
15
flexing the
years
Austrian
is Sevilla.
Bundesliga and you're flexing the German Bundesliga? What's going on?
I'm half Austrian and half German.
Hey, be proud of the other half, man. What the hell? Why are you telling us about Salzburg and shit?
Fuck. Austria. I do watch. Listen, I coach under 12 team in Austria.
Are you a coach player? Are you a coach player?
You coach
I don't play football, but I coach football.
Class, what do you think about Karim Adeyemi?
Listen, Karim Adeyemi is actually a very good player. I think for now, for me, Asane is giving very negative vibes. He's being very arrogant. He doesn't pass the ball. He passed the ball to further left. For me right now, Gnabry and Adeyemi are okay. For me, Sane is giving me very, very wrong vibes. I mean, he's very arrogant. He has actually destroyed the structure.
Didn't he sign for Dortmund?
No, if you see Sane right now, when he's supposed to give the pass into the middle, he passes further. He's very selfish. He wants to score goals rather than create them, and obviously salary is a main issue. Anyways, guys, I think we are on a very big stream. I need to go too, right? I need to go.
No worries, man. We do need to.
How you can go on a big stream? You're not on social media.
Right. No, I'm saying we did very big.
No, don't leave. Don't leave. We like you said.
Shut up.
Guys, Love Island is on today. Probably somebody's gonna be getting down.
Someone's gonna get kicked out there now.
I think David Day or the Rami guy. I don't know who's gonna do that.
Gives a fuck?
What are you talking about? This is not the Love Island stream.
Guys, I'm off. Guys, take care.
Yeah, no worries, Clever. Take care of yourself.
It's all scripted. Reality TV is scripted.
That
by
was
the way.
brilliant.
Y'all
I
got
don't
to
feel-
know
I
that
know-
shit, right?
I know we battled him, but he is brilliant.
That was an
I love-
unbelievable hour,
love
even though I
battling him.
can't lie, like he
love
just
battling him.
contradicts himself with every
I know
second
he's
sentence.
brilliant. He's you know what? 'Cause he
We need to
believes
get
it.
him on an Agenda FC.
He believes
We
it.
100% do.
Nah, he's goated, man. Allow it, fam. He's goat, man. He's
We
the
just
goat.
said he's brilliant. What are you talking about?
He's the
Well,
goat.
if
Nah,
it's
you
brilliant,
ain't listening, bruv.
But Tor doesn't listen.
that
You guys
dude-
know this.
You're
He
too
doesn't
focused on
listen
the
to
F1.
anything.
Don't even lie.
He doesn't
Hey.
listen to anything. He just interjects in the conversations at just weird points, and then the conversations go even further left.
Or just a little soundbite, like,
No,
let's have it right.
That's the
Or la caca.
that's the very definition of having two brain cells, and they're both fighting for third place. That is
But
the
no,
very
like, it's
definition.
just
Fuck you know. Klasref, man. If you're watching this, absolute goat.
I just want to be clear. I don't think us as a panel, we blindly stand Kai Havertz.
Nope.
And like, I don't think people do that here.
No. There's like a big amount of Kai stands and Mount
No,
stands.
I know.
that
I'm
beat each other
speaking.
over
I'm
who's
speaking in the
worse.
contents of this panel. I'm not speaking about the wider Chelsea universe.
He's fairly judged. He's fairly judged in this panel.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us have like either one specific player that we extremely like or dislike, but
yeah,
the
we're all
majority of
gonna
us
have
can
no
be
such a
objective.
We're all
no
gonna have our
such a
own
thing.
preferences and biases. We're all football fans. We all see it differently.
There's
Like,
no such a thing. I'm not biased towards anybody.
see,
Yeah. No, I believe you. I believe you, bro. 100%.
That's it. Turn your camera off. Because
I will say the most unbiased person I think here is genuinely Andrew. Like, I think he's the only one.
it's me.
Yeah,
it's
he
me.
hates everybody.
It's me.
Exactly.
Genuinely biased.
Nah, shut up,
You
Pokudoku,
know
fam.
what? I have to respect it, Andrew.
Hey.
100.
He thinks
I'm not
everybody's
biased.
Yeah.
I just have
Mr.
one
Jorginho
specific
started
that-
global warming. Yes, definitely.
I'll blame you for global warming.
Right.
Those legs are
I'm
touching
not
the sun.
biased. Jorginho started
Those
World
white
War II.
legs are touching the sun.
There's no such thing.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up here because it's been nearly
That was
3 hours.
By the way,
I'm
show
sorry,
the
I
video.
went
Show
a bit more.
the video that I sent you on the direct message.
He got chicken legs. He got real big chicken
No,
legs.
that's not it. I sent
Oh,
you a
what?
direct. Look at
What
the
video is
Sterling.
this?
I just saw Sterling. You didn't see it?
Lewis.
Oh, one sec. Yeah, I will share the
Lewis,
screen.
Lewis, I'd rather speak to Klasweb about Werner for 4 hours than transfer news. At this rate, so I'd rather do that.
Well, I'm gonna do
That's
that.
true. That's a bad
Right,
transfer.
so what's this video?
Sterling. You see,
Oh,
James is on the right.
Year, yeah, some last year. Yeah.
You started. Yeah, start from the beginning. You see, pass it to Sterling. That's what I'm afraid. Not passing. Not passing. Not passing.
Is that Gilmore holding him off?
Who knows who's
That's a
holding
really
him
good
off?
try.
McTominay is even worse.
Oh,
You see what I'm
for
saying?
fuck's sake.
Nah, respect Gilmore. Respect Gilmore, man.
No, you
I
respect.
I
my
respectbly think
How-
he's going
how
to be
about you have
going
respect
to
for yourself?
Everton this
To
year.
respect Gilmore.
Nah,
He's gonna beat-
Gilmore's a good player, man. Show him some
Right,
love.
well,
Sure.
we'll be
whatever. I'm
back.
not doing a
We'll be
Gilmore
back
defense.
tomorrow for another live stream, as always. Big up everyone that's locked in, especially if you've been here from start to finish, because bro, my head's already blasted off that Klasref session. But yeah, big up everyone that's locked in. As always, smash the like and subscribe button. Seeing as we had the discussion for so long, we'll leave you with Timo Werner. And until the next stream, big up everyone.
Oh,
Who went toilet declared?
is that?
Declared.
Nah, I'm here. I'm here.
Poku. It's Poku.
Hands
Yeah,
up.
but bro,
No,
you
it is
you're
Oh,
getting
laughing. I thought it was
man.
Feta.
It was Doku Doku.
Bruv, I saw it was you,
It was
bro.
fuck-
That was
no,
on mute.
no.
It weren't him.
Hey,
It
fuck
was
you,
Poku-
Declared.
It was Pokudoku.
Yo, this guy,
And you
this guy
also
is
beat
holy
up Doku, fam. Fuck you if you beat up Doku.
I'm not in the toilet. Tell you that.
That was
Right,
Poku-
big
that
up
was
everyone.
Pokudoku.
Like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow, same time as usual. Take care, and as always, up the Chelsea.
Look at him laughing.
Farewell
At that
from the
criminal.
ghetto.
That criminal.
Hey, fuck you,
Criminal
Doku, man.